in the right place. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. The show will begin shortly. Thanks for joining us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. We are so glad that you're joining us tonight for this impromptu show. Pretty much impromptu, right, Paul?
Oh, absolutely impromptu.
Yes, I love it. Well, we normally go live on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but tonight we decided to go live as well. So we'll be live Wednesday. We will be playing this pre-recorded show, but still be live on Thursday. And we're live tonight. So welcome to all of our viewers. Thank you so much for everyone who's joining us. I'd like to introduce, for those of you who don't know, my special co-host, Mr. Paul Gallagher, right here in the middle. Say hi, Paul.
Ta-da!
No, Paul, the funny guy. You don't have any. What the heck, Paul? What happened to your special effects? I'm just kidding.
I could have a flare paper and just light it on fire.
What the heck, Paul? What happened to your special Well, that's a good idea. Next time, Paul, you need to get a smoke bomb. That's a great idea. No, with our luck, you'd catch yourself on fire. So, and I'd be like, oh my God, somebody go help Paul.
Hey, no, so, I would say no faith. I would say no faith in me, but I've already caught myself on fire twice. So, yeah.
He's got bad experiences with that's why we all know. We're like, no. So yeah, I'd like to also introduce our special guest tonight, the owner of Nightshade Publishing, Miss Amanda Porter. Welcome, Amanda.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
You are so welcome. We are super excited that you've joined us tonight. I've got a lot of people looking forward to it. I know this is, like I said, it's an impromptu show, so it's going to take a few minutes for everybody to get on. But while we're waiting, Miss Amanda, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, please?
Oh, my favorite question. No, not really. This is when the anxiety comes out. Like,
no.
I forget everything about myself. Oh my God, what is my name? No.
You too. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, we can give you phrases and you just fill in the blanks. Hello, my name is
like a Mad Libs or something.
Yes.
Mad Libs about yourself.
Yes, and go. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Well, you've already told everyone my name. I'm an author as well. I've written young adult paranormal books since 2012 is when I first started publishing. And that's always been like my go-to genre. I love the paranormal genre. It's just something I've always been interested in. So since 2012, I live in the Deep South. I am from the Deep South, born and raised in Alabama. Well, I was born in Florida, raised in Alabama. We have a really, strong connection with the South but we have this really great mixture of, because my family is, we're Hispanic and white. So we have this perfect blend of like Mexican culture and Southern culture. So,
wow.
So I had like the best of both worlds growing up, like Southern comfort food and like authentic Mexican food. So we just had oh yeah. Just like this perfect blend of both cultures. So I've always tried to put that in my work. So all of my main characters are people of color or people from mixed backgrounds. And it's something that I always strive, because growing up, I didn't get to see that in books that I read,
That's true.
So I wanted to see that in, books that I wrote. So then, grew up, got married, had kids, and was like, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing and write my books, and which is what I did. And then I decided to be crazy and open up a publishing company because I don't have enough to do.
Well, you always want to add more to your list.
Join the club.
Yes, that sounds like Paul and I. We just keep adding more things to our list. Yeah. Well, first of all, we are very interested in the unknown as well. We did a whole series called Into the Unknown, where we were telling interesting things. Boy, I wish I would have known you then. Oh my goodness, Amanda, because we had some really, really interesting.
Well, if you ever want to do it again, because I tell everyone I grew up in a haunted house. Like my parents still live in the house. Yeah, they still live in the house that I grew up in, and weird things still happen there. I think is the reason that I'm so interested in the paranormal, because of my own personal experiences. And so I just kind of wanted to like take those experiences, like the little, not everything in the book is one of my experience, because it's like, it's fiction, but some of the little things that like trying to, I guess, make people feel what it felt like in those experiences, like the creepiness, the like the unknown of what it feels like to have that kind of experience with something that you can't explain. So if you ever want to do it again, I've got stories to tell you.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
We had a wonderful time. Yeah. And the last show that we did, right, Paul, we even had a friend of mine who's a ghost hunter here in our little town. And he, unbeknownst to me, I did not know he was going to do this because we've had experiences in our house here. We've lost a lot of loved ones in this house.
Oh, wow.
And so he brought a ghost box, and boy, talk about crazy. We had so many, and there were things that he didn't know that no one else knew that I was hearing. And we were just, because I've never experienced that ever. Hi guys, I just wanted to let you know that I am here. We're just playing the pre-recorded show from the other night since we already aired this on Tuesday. I thought we would just let it play through. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are doing well. I'm so glad you're here. I really, really am. This was supposed to be scheduled for Thursday, but she wasn't able to make it, so we recorded it and went ahead and went live on Tuesday too. Y'all doing okay? I hope so. Can somebody send me a hi real quick? I just want to make sure the messaging is working. I tried to sit in there in the living room, and I told Brett, I said, I can't sit in there while they're in there by themselves. It's like I'm leaving you all alone. Can someone say hi or say something? Let me make sure the messaging is working. Because we had issues with it last night. In fact, let me check something. I'm going to check and make sure that it is on public. Here we go. Now, can someone try to say something? Let me see here. Hi, Lori. How are you? Hi, Jason. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Like I said, this is the pre-recorded show that we did on Tuesday. Okay, so I'm going to get back to it. She is an author and a publisher. Now, it is not a music publisher. She is a book publisher. So let me get you back to the show. If you have any questions, I'm going to be watching the comments. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. And I was like, I was freaking out because I just lost my sister. I just lost my mom, and it was so crazy. I could go into that. We could definitely talk about that all night, but we definitely would like to do that. Right, Paul? We'll try to schedule a show later.
Because, let's do it. Let's do it.
Getting close to Halloween is one of those things where we love having those paranormal things because I have tons of experiences that's happened to me throughout my life, and not just in the United States. I've had it happen in Japan. All over the place. So it's awesome hearing that.
No, we're not. It's not just us, Paul.
I guess that explains why I write the way I write.
Yeah, maybe so. Paul writes some fiction as well. Really great stories. Really great stories.
I've always wanted to write because my books are like really way out there paranormal. Like. Someone gets the powers and and things like that, but I still wanted to like embrace that creepy kind of feel. But I've always wanted to write a story about like a family in a haunted house and things like that. But I've told my mom, which I know we're getting off on a tangent here, but when people talk about
that all day.
when people talk about this stuff, I'm just like, let me tell you. But I've told my mom and my dad, I'm like, are we sure that the place is haunted or we're haunted? Because this is like, there's two, like, it just seems like wherever we go, we have experiences, and I wouldn't say if we were haunted, but maybe we're more perceptive to things. Because I think, I think there's certain people are more open to those things.
That's what my older sister used to say that all the time. She said, everywhere I go, it's like they follow me because they know that you can feel them or sense them. So they do, and I think that's true. I always told her, well, they can just follow you. Leave me alone because I'm a big chicken.
Same. I've seen enough in my life. I don't want to see
it's like
anymore.
I literally will hear something or see something here, and it doesn't happen often anymore, but I'll just say, okay, Just remember, I know it's just family. Okay, remember, I'm Big Chicken. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Please don't be scared. Wow,
Yeah,
isn't that
for
cool?
sure.
That is really cool. Well, I'm really glad you're here. Paul had a couple of really important questions to ask you. I know he's got a list, so I'm going to let him go for it. Go for it, Paul.
Oh yeah, no, because
first of all, hold on. I'm so sorry. Hi, Edgar. I want to say hi.
Interrupting me. It wouldn't be our show if you wouldn't interrupt me at least once.
I have to. I can't help it. Go ahead.
I'm just glad I'm not sitting next to her because we do a radio show on Monday nights and she always hits me.
Oh, you forgot to wear your padding on your arm on Monday.
I forgot. I've been busy.
I dared him. I double dog dared him.
I actually forgot about it.
I want him to put like some padding or some bubble wrap on his arm and wrap it up. So when I don't really hit him. I'm like, like tapping him.
You just get excited, right?
Yes.
It's an excited hit.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm trying to be quiet. Go ahead, Paul.
Why are you gonna stay quiet for? This is what we do. This is awesome.
No, I know.
No,
we need the banter.
Yeah, no, and this is this is why we like our show so much, is because getting people on here that are new that we would never meet before, and probably would have never met in our lives at all. And awesome. We do this, and we bring people from all over the world. We've had people from Scotland, Ireland, and because we do musicians as well. So great. And it's indie, and that's what the show's about. It's indie authors, indie musicians, indie anything that that everybody can come together over here. And we live in a small town in South Texas, and so hardly anybody here gets to hear any of this stuff.
Right.
And it's just one of those things. And then we've introduced new musicians that came on here that actually has. Here I am going off on a tangent talking about our show, like building it up.
No, I want to hear it. I need to know. I want to hear it. I want to know.
We are both equally excited because we are really growing. We have really started growing. It's like Paul and I had. I'm sorry, Paul. Here I do it again. We had a vision, and it was almost like, ta-da! What are we going to do with our show? We both had the idea at the same time. He had the idea, let's bring on authors. I had the idea, let's bring on singer-songwriters. So it's just meshing perfectly.
Yeah.
Because they're all writers, you know what I mean? And
creatives, so cool.
Creative people. And I love it. Go ahead, Paul. Now go ahead.
No, and it's funny because doing the show, we never actually thought about bringing a publisher on here. It was mainly just indie authors that I'm trying to get. I swear, some of these indie authors on Book Talk, they're not wanting to talk to me, and I think they're hesitant because they're like, "Is this guy for real?" Yes, we're for real. It's like, no, we're for real. We just want you to come on and talk. Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's like, no, we just want to have fun. We just want to get on here and talk about you, talk about what you offer, and that way we can get your stuff out.
And it also helps with people that are trying to find a publisher. They want information, and anytime we can help someone learn, oh my gosh, that is such a blessing. It really is a blessing because I sure don't know anything about it. Paul knows more than I do, so go ahead. I just want to add my 2 cents again.
Yeah, no.
What happened?
Hold on. There we go. I'm making sure it goes to my Facebook.
Thank you. And by the way, Amanda, you can pair this with your channel as well if you want. I don't know how. Paul will have to tell you.
Oh, okay. I see it up there.
I just do it, Paul.
I'm afraid to touch buttons because I'm going to mess something up.
No, me too. And I'm the host.
Just go to hit either the Facebook or whatever button at the top. Just click on that and then just hit
I'm like oh God, I'm not tech savvy.
Yeah, that's basically how I've
it's asking me for email. I'm not touching it.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I'm just like,
Isn't that funny? It's like, no. That's how I feel. I'm always breaking stuff. If there's a way I can mess it up, it's me.
Yeah, it's always her.
It's always
her.
me.
That way. There we go.
Always me.
I'm opposite.
By the way, it's backwards. See, I'm pounding.
I'm like, how do I turn my head? It feels weird.
It's very strange. So I can't even put my head on his show there. Oh, never mind. We can't lean on me. Wait a minute. Can't lean on me.
But
we'll just lean on.
Anyway.
We'll lean on Paul.
Yes, lean on Paul.
I'm used to people leaning on me.
Yeah.
No, but I saw you on TikTok, and it was
okay.
Man, I'm wondering if we could actually get a publisher on here. That was the first thing I saw, and I'm like, that'd be awesome. I brought it to Carolyn. I'm like, hey, what if we just get instead of having an indie author, have an indie publisher? Because that's what you do, right?
So
You're an indie publisher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's one of your mottos I saw in there is like small press, big authors.
Yes.
That's cool.
And of course, me seeing that, you also saw the email that I sent you as well, putting that little question of, I have already published 2 books in the series that I'm working on. It was like, do y'all republish? Because I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome to do.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that later, but I just wanted to say that I'm glad you came on, because it was one of those, I was really excited to have you. That way we can get more people.
How do I get my hand in here? Hi, Melba.
How do you get your what? See, interruption always. So anyway, so first off, what I want to ask you is okay, so how does someone go about submitting a manuscript to you?
Sure. Let me get a drink of my tea here so I can,
Are you drinking
before I start talking?
Are you drinking hot tea, Amanda?
I am not. I am drinking sweet tea because I'm a true Southerner.
I was wondering because I didn't know if that was an Alabama thing, the hot tea.
I drink sweet tea daily.
Me too. Yes. We just had a guest on here from Alabama, Mr. Terry Robbins. He's from, what a great guy. So nice. I love it because we are getting people from everywhere. Okay, go ahead. I'm going to be quiet again.
No, it's fine. We have to talk about sweet tea, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That is a great question to start off with, and it's very simple to answer. You will go on our website and you will look at the acquisition editors that work for Nightshade Publishing. We have acquisition editors that look for books in multiple genres. We have everything from science fiction to romance to high fantasy to middle grade. And and I know there's more and I'm not naming them all, but you would look at our acquisition editors and you would see where your book, the genre of your book falls, and you would contact those that acquisition editor. You would send them a query letter, and however they want to take your manuscript. Each acquisition editor has a different process on how they take queries. You would just reach out to them and say, you send them an email. Hey, I have a book. It's science fiction. It's paranormal. This is the word count. This is, the genre that it falls under. This is the title, and give them your little pitch of what your book is about. And for the most part, we ask for the first 5 chapters of the book so we can kind of get a feel of what your book is about, how your story structure is, how you are as an author. And if it's something that our acquisition editors are interested in, they will email you back and ask for a full manuscript. And if it's something they want to pursue, then they will ask for a meeting to see, if you guys want to pursue a contract with Nightshade.
Wow. So
awesome.
I'm curious I wonder if that's probably similar to a music publisher, isn't it? Kind of the same thing. You send them your material, they listen to it and see if they're interested, and then they contact you.
Yeah.
Kind of the same way, because I've never pursued a publisher either. So see how there's similarities. So I know a lot of but completely different, because the books are a lot. I could never write a book. And Paul is, on the other hand, learning how to write a song. So I'm very proud of him.
Yes, I am doing that as well.
Yeah,
well, that's awesome.
He's adding it to his list.
I'm into every. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. I do everything.
I understand.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to send them a manuscript, does it have to be fully edited for it to get accepted, or is it something they can just write up real fast, send it in, and maybe the pitch will get it? Or how does
I would say there's a fine line there. There's like a yes and no response to that, because we are going to edit your book. We're going to put it through edits for whatever it needs, whether that be developmental edits to make this story stronger and grammatical edits to fix all of the things that need to be fixed as far as typos and errors and things like that go. However, I recommend that no author submit their story in as like a first draft. You never want to send in a first draft of a story, because it's going to be crap, That's just how it is. It doesn't matter how good of a writer you are. Your first draft is not fleshed out. It's going to be, it's just the bones of your story. So you need to rework it and start, packing on the meat of the story until you get to, a completed, fleshed out story. And this is what I always tell authors when they do come to me for advice, and this is for, I always want to like put a little caveat and say not every author is the same and not every process is going to be the same for an author. So take my advice with, a grain of salt. However, I will always say don't send in a first draft.
Makes sense.
But I would also, on that same side, I would still highly recommend that once you finish your first draft, this is my process, okay? Just as a personal advice for authors. And again, you don't have to take my advice. There's no one way to write a book. Do your first draft, tear it apart and rewrite it. Do a second draft, tear it apart and rewrite it. Do your third draft, send it to people that you trust, a critique partner, beta readers, someone that you trust, a group of, author friends that you trust to critique it for you, people like readers that maybe you have sent other works to before to get feedback on that. Let them send that back to you, tear it apart and rewrite it.
Wow.
That way, that you have the best version of your book before you send it to a publisher. That doesn't mean that you have to go out and pay an editor thousands of dollars to edit your book, or paying a developmental editor thousands of dollars to, put developmental edits on your book. That just means that you are doing the groundwork of making sure that your book is the best that it can be. Now, there are some authors out there who can write a book like this and it's good. It's done. It's like, it's a good book and their editing is not that bad. And then there's some, or, they don't need a lot of edits, but then there's some who have spent a lot of time working on their book to perfect it. And it needed it, So if you feel in your heart of hearts and being honest with yourself, if you know your book needs that edit.
Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to remind you that we are playing a pre-recorded program from Tuesday night. I wanted to come on and say welcome to everyone who's on. I really appreciate it. And I am here checking the comments back and forth. So if you have any questions, any comments, please leave them and I'll address them. I'll just break right into it and address them as soon as I can. God bless you. See you soon.
Then do it. And it's hard to say, it's hard to do that as a creative, to look at your stuff and say, I need to tear it apart and do it again. But you want to do that so that you're putting your best work out there.
Yeah, and I would guess, I mean, I've never written a book, but I would guess having another set of eyes, because you're so close to it. It's just the same to me, very similar to a song. What do you think of this? And it's hard for me as a songwriter. It's hard. It's really hard. It's like you're sending your baby to someone. What do you think of this? I'm sure it's got to be the same way, if not even more so with an author, because that's hours and hours and weeks and months and years sometimes of writing that have gone into that.
20 years.
Yeah. I know Paul's been writing some of his books forever. I'm just so proud of him that he finally pursued it and has got so much done.
Yeah, and that's one of the process.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say too that there comes a point, like after you tear it apart so much, that you have to let it go, because you can't keep tearing it apart anymore. You have to be brave enough and believe in yourself enough that it is a good book and that you've done the best that you can with it, that you have to let your baby go and let it get out there in the world for people to read it. So, as an artist, as an author, when your work is finished. So trust your gut, trust your heart, in your heart of hearts, on whether or not your book needs to be with more edits or if it's finished. I hope that makes sense. I think authors will understand.
It makes
It does to me, and I'm not even an
sense.
author, but I kind of see where you're going with that. Yeah,
because
you don't want to send you just
And for 20 years, I wrote my story, and that's all I did was I tore it apart for 20 years. I would pick it up for a few months, tear it apart, put it back together, and all of a sudden more ideas would come to me, and I'm like, oh, that's horrible. and I go back and do it. And finally, and one of the blurbs I put in my story that I wrote is like, my wife said, "Why do you keep doing this? What are you going to do? What's your plans with it?" And that's when I got into the self-publishing stuff for myself. And that's why I'm actually trying to find up now. I'm like, I said, I'll never go to a publisher. And I saw the odd, I'm like an indie publisher. I said, let me go and just try it off. And I sent it off to somebody. I don't know who, the woman from Bosnia, I think who it was. I can't think of her name right offhand. Anyway, I sent it to her, and I haven't heard anything back yet, so we'll see. But anyway, that's the ones that I've already published. That's one of the questions that I asked.
Can you republish? Your question is, can you republish some that you've already done?
No, she already answered that question for me in my email.
Okay.
I didn't want to get too much in about myself.
No, it's okay.
Well, I mean, other authors may have that question as well, because our first author, actually, J.L. Caston, she self-published her first book and came to us and was like, I self-published my first 2 books in my series, but I was thinking of going to a publisher, and we took her book, and her first book is being republished with us, and it's coming out this month. So, we do take books that have been previously self-published, and we rework that for the author, and we put that out there out there for them. So yes, we do republish books that have been self-published. So it's a valid question, not just for yourself, but for other authors who have tried the indie author route. And it's a lot of work. Trust me, I know being an indie author, it can be very lonely. It can be a lot of money. It can feel really disheartening sometimes when you feel like you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, if people have a book that they've, previously self-published and they want to try an indie author route, us at Nightshade, we do take previously published books. And then, just do your research into other small presses. They may do that as well.
And the advantage to having I'm just curious because I really don't know. The advantage to having a publisher such as yourselves publish the book is you would get there, how do I want to word this? So you would be promoting that book for them as well. Right. So that's the advantage to that as well. So it's, and I'm sure a lot of advantages. I'm just not familiar with it at all. So it's really interesting to me. Like what's the difference? What's the difference between self-publishing and going to a publisher? So then you would take care of pretty much all the work once the book is done.
I can tell you what we do for our authors, if that would help.
That was my next question.
I'm really curious. Yeah, because I'm really curious.
Sure, yeah.
So you do it.
Yeah, sure. So of course there is marketing involved. With the small press, we always encourage our authors to be comfortable with self-promotion because we aren't one of the big fives. We can't put hundreds of thousands of dollars into these big promotions, but we do promotions for the author as well. We create promotional materials for the author. We do digital ads and promotions for the author. We take care of all of their cover art. We get a cover artist to create and pay for that cover art. We pay for all of the formatting. We pay for all of the editing services, developmental and grammatical copy edits.
Wow.
We do a split royalty, which would be 50% for Nightshade, 50% for the author, whether that be on ebook, paperback, audiobook sales. It would be just a 50-50 split down the line. You don't find that a lot in publishing companies because the publishing company wants a majority of the royalties, because they're the one who fits the bill.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
All of those things.
Yeah.
But that's why Nightshade is, us being a small press, we are very selective on who we choose and who we choose to work with, because we know we have to be very smart on who we work with and how many books we can take a year, because we have to invest our money, in an intelligent way. And Nightshade is all remote. We don't have a physical location. We are all online. So we save a lot of company overhead that way. So we are allowed to invest in our authors, in a more sensible way, because we don't have to pay for like an office building or,
You don't have
lights
all that
or,
overhead. Yeah.
and things
I
of
think
that
I froze.
nature. Yeah,
I
a
think
little bit.
that was
There you
weird.
are.
There you go.
I swear I am not asleep.
Okay, so
it's the first time that's ever happened.
Okay, so another question is,
Sure.
So I have for you is that, okay, so you go through how do y'all publish the books? I mean, are y'all using Amazon as the platform to publish?
Well, we use multiple. Like, we will use Amazon for ebook, paperback, Barnes and Noble ebook, paperback. I mean, we're going to do wide distribution, like wherever there's a book like a book retailer, Walmart, Target, Barnes and Noble, our books will be available to be purchased from those stores. Now, to say that we're going to put your book in every single Barnes and Noble in the country,
Right.
I mean,
Well,
that's not going to happen.
Right.
However, those books will be able to be purchased from, you can, like, libraries can order them. Barnes and Noble can order them, Books A Million, Walmart, any book retailer, even small indie bookstores will be able to purchase those books, because it is a wide distribution that we do. So it'll be ebook, it'll be paperback on Amazon, and then book retailers as well. So we're definitely going to utilize Amazon.
Yeah. What about audiobooks? Because Paul I'm going to attempt to do his audiobook very soon. I'm hoping I get to be a part of that. What about that? Do y'all offer services for audiobooks? Because I think I have trouble with my eyes a lot of times. As you can see, they keep closing. I'm just kidding. That was a good one, Paul. Write that down, Paul.
Yeah,
ever since I froze, I've never been the same.
Yeah, we will. As long as our ebook and our paperback sales are reaching a certain threshold of what we think they should reach, we will invest in audiobook. Again, being a small press, we have to make those business decisions smartly, because audiobook narration is very expensive. Really? If anyone's ever looked into that, especially if you want to do wide distribution for audiobooks, like Amazon has their own platform that you can use, but then it's just solely to Amazon, and you can't really get it on broader platforms. And so you would be limited, and we would be limiting our authors on just certain platforms, which is not bad. It's not a bad thing. It makes it really easy for indie authors who can't invest a lot of money into audiobooks. But we want to make sure that it's something, and which is something that we make very clear to our authors when they do sign with us. Like, if your book is selling like we think it should be selling, and we give them a number, then we will invest in their audiobook production as well.
Wow, that is so great. And so I'm asking all these questions
because no, go for it. Go ahead.
So you being an author, did you just decide one day, I want to do this to help others? I mean, and to help myself? I mean, what made you decide to become a publisher? I mean, because that's
right. A lot of things.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
A lot of things. It's been like in the works for a few years now. Just doing all the research and making sure I had all my ducks in a row before I said, hey, we're going to take on your book, because I know how it feels to put your book in someone else's hands, and I would never want to treat someone's book like, okay, give me your book and whatever, we'll see what happens. I would never want to make someone feel that way.
Right.
So a number of reasons kind of went into play with this. When I started self-publishing in 2012, there was very limited information out there on how to self-publish. It was like you had to, I don't know, sacrifice your soul or something to find information. And so I had to do a lot of research on my own, and I made so many mistakes, and I wanted to do something to where new authors and maybe indie authors who had been doing this for a while, who couldn't find information like that, didn't have to do all the mistakes, didn't have to make all those same mistakes that I made. And so it was just something that had been like a passion building in me for a while. And then when a lot of vanity presses started popping up all over the place and taking advantage of authors, and if you don't know what a vanity press is, they're just sharks who take advantage of authors and charge authors like $10,000 to publish their books.
Oh my gosh.
And they don't do anything for the author. It's just like, hey, pay us this amount of money and we'll, do your ebook and your formatting and your editing, and we'll put it on these platforms, and, you'll recoup your money. But then the author will get this poorly edited and poorly, marketed book with a terrible cover and terrible formatting, and they lose that money. They will never get that investment back. And seeing things like that and seeing my fellow authors being taken advantage like that crushed me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've got to do something. I know I've been wanting to do this for a while now, so I'm going to do this. And even though I know I can't take on every author, I know I can't. At least when they come to me, I can say, I can't take you on, but these are the things you need to avoid. These are the red flags you need to look out for. Please don't let anyone take advantage of you, So
wow, that's great. That's great. So that, I think, and it's unfortunate, but I think that's why a lot of people end up doing what they're doing, because I mean, I think that's wonderful, because there are so few, and I think, and we always talk about this for the songwriter point of view, and from a lot of our songwriters, I know the pandemic really made a lot of changes. Actually for the positive, because everyone was home and they're trying to self-publish. They're trying to, get their songs out there, their books out there. And the pandemic really changed a lot of that, because everyone is working from home, and, still to a certain point. But yeah, that's, we lost her.
Oh, no.
I don't know. She froze up.
I think her phone died.
Oh no.
I think her phone died.
Okay, we'll give her time. That's pretty cool, isn't that? That she's I'm bringing her back on. And I hear it go bloop. Oh my gosh. That's what happened to me, except mine didn't disappear. I just sat there and looked like I was asleep. I'm like, no, I'm here.
My phone keeps doing something weird.
I don't know. It's those spirits not wanting you to communicate.
That's what it is.
I should not laugh about that. I'm telling you, if something weird happens here, I'm like, yeah, I thought I told y'all not to scare me. Anyway, continue. I was the one saying something. Go ahead, Paul.
No, but it's funny she was talking about the vanity press, because I actually went through a company. When I first started writing this, the Fairydom series that I'm doing. When I wrote it, I was like, hey, I'm going to submit it to, I think it was called the American Publishing Company or something like that. And it was free. It didn't cost any money. And they sent me a letter. Hey, welcome. We're going to publish your book for you and all these great things. And it's like, all you got to do is sign this contract. And I'm just looking at the contract going, my work sucks. I mean, the story's awesome. I think the story's awesome. But my writing was horrible. And I'm like, what? I'm like, there's no way. And I'm not saying my writing is like the greatest thing ever right now, but it's what I'm halfway doing. And for them to take it on, I was like, it's just trying to get money out of you or book. And they had they took over the royalties for the movie rights, and they have all these different rights they would do, and they did a book for you and everything. I was like, no, something didn't click right. And I'm like, no, I'm not signing this contract, because I wanted to get published, but I did not want to go in that direction. So I just waited for about another 10 years, 11 years.
Well, I'm sure it's a good thing that you did, because I noticed that, like, for example, I've noticed that with, because, songwriting is similar to poetry. And there's a lot of companies, I don't know if they're still out there. I'm sure they are. And they'll, you submit your poems for this contest, and congratulations, you're going to be in this book. And I'm like, and it does make you wonder, okay, are they picking everybody? Is this there's so many scams out there now.
But then they want you to buy the book or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I think that's what you had to do. You had to buy the book from them to sell it yourself. And of course, the money that they were going to sell you, I mean, the amount of money they're going to charge you for the book is an exorbitant amount of money. And then you had to buy like 1,000 or 100 books at like $15 a piece, and you could only sell them for $16 or $17. And it was just absolute craziness. And I'm like, nah, you had to spend $2,000 to hopefully sell your book to somebody.
Wow.
And what's so awesome about how what's so awesome about how times have changed is Amazon opened this platform up, with KDP. And then I was like, man, this is awesome, because I was able to do some research, and now I'm finding small presses, which like y'all, that are actually willing to help the authors out because of the stuff that y'all experienced.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, this is awesome. And I would have never thought ever about publishing my book with a publisher. And I was just like, I just don't want to do it. Because a lot of it is royalties, for one thing. Another one is I didn't want to get stuck in because a lot of these contracts are kind of unrealistic. And I don't know how y'all's contract is at all, but they're kind of unrealistic. They want you to pop out a book a year, a book every 6 months or something. And I have a full-time job.
Very lenient.
Yeah.
They're very lenient. Because I can only say because we understand, everyone who works at Nightshade, we all have our own, day jobs and our own families. I'm a mom, and I've got kids to take care of, and the other ladies who work with us, they are moms and have day jobs, and they're so dedicated though to Nightshade. And the authors that come to us have their own things going on, their families and jobs and obligations. And they're like, hey, I've got this book, but I also have all these other things going on. And we're like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. And, we're going to publish this book. And if they've written a book in a series and they're saying, well, I think it's going to take me about this long to get it done. And we're like, okay, that's fine. If that's how long it takes you, that's okay. And if you need more time, just come to us and let us know. And, we'll work it out with you. We understand that, the muse speaks to us when the muse chooses to. And we understand that life and other obligations take precedence sometimes over what we're doing creatively. And, and sometimes, life sucks and life is hard. So if you need a mental break from things like that, then please let us know. So, and I think that's one of the beauties of a small press is that we get it. We know how hard it is just to function on a daily basis.
And that is amazing. And because
that's great.
Rarely will you find a company like that. Do you hear my kids screaming in the background?
I do.
It's okay.
It's way off. It's way off. It's like they're on the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. So
my kids would be in my lap if they weren't at my parents' house tonight. So it's fine. They'd be like, hey.
I know. Yeah, we're waving at them. We love
my son does that. He'll pop his little head in here probably eventually. He'd be like, hey, how you doing? Hey. But, it's very rare will you find someone like you are willing to help the authors out so much. And this doesn't cost any. If someone submits something and y'all do a contract, it doesn't cost anything for the author at all to start off, right?
No. Oh God, no.
I knew the answer to that. I just want to make sure. I just want everyone to understand.
So in other words, you do all that work, and then when the book is ready and sells, that's when you collect your royalties.
That's when we get paid. That's when
it's not even like royalties from a regular publishing company. They're doing 50-50. Some of these other publishing companies, like these big publishing companies, they literally want rights to everything, and they're only going to give you like 10-15% royalty on your book.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's what's so awesome about the small. And that's why KDP is so amazing. And then you have like Nightshade Publishing with Amanda here. I mean, it's amazing because they don't have to have the papers. They don't have to have all of this stock in their house or a business or office, like she was saying. And that's how they can get away with it.
All that overhead. Because you don't have any of that overhead. That's really smart.
And it's
really smart,
amazing.
Amanda. Was that your idea? You're a smart lady.
I mean, I guess it's my idea. Yeah.
I'm just telling you, you're smart.
No.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. I had another question because you see, it's good that I've actually did the self-publishing thing and I have questions, and then of course the questions in my mind. I'm thinking about it, and it goes, boop. I had an awesome question.
Oh, Paul, go back.
I did.
We
It's a
gotta
Katie.
rewind your
We're
brain.
talking about KDP,
Yes.
and we're talking about all the other different publishing stuff. I'm like, oh man, it was an awesome question.
It'll come to you in a minute.
Yeah.
Old age.
It'll come
I
back.
don't want to hear it. I'm the oldest out of this group here, and I am. Oh Lord, believe me,
once I became a parent, I could never remember anything.
You know, I think you lose. I think with every child you have, you lose more brain cells.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so I think this is the question I have.
Okay.
I know this is a question that I had. I don't know if this is the big one though. So let's say, okay, so we're in the process of publishing the book. You finally get it out. Boom, the author's there. Now let's say the author wants to get copies of their book to sell at a flea market, or if they want to go to a bookstore and do a book signing, and they want to do something like this. What are they allowed to buy their own books from Amazon that way, or do they have to go through y'all to get them to do this?
They'll go through us, but they can do it one or two ways. Like, we could purchase the books for them, and if they sell them there, then they would split the profits with us. Now, if they wanted to purchase the books themselves, then they could take the books and all the profits would be theirs. So,
off the top.
So basically, if they need like 30 books, for instance, so they're going to go to a book signing, and they have 30 books. They can go to y'all and say, hey, look, I need 30 books. I need 30 copies of my book.
Yeah.
Because I think with Amazon, I think if you buy, it's like $3.30 a book.
It depends on the size of the book.
Yeah, on the size.
I think the highest I've seen is around $5 or so a book. Yeah.
So they'll pay you that shipping and $5 or whatever it comes out to be, and then y'all send it to the author, and then when they go to the thing, they calculate, okay, I've sold this many books, or see, I'm getting deep into this.
Paul is very analytical. I love it. Okay, I'm watching his brain just swim.
So do y'all have a set price on the book, how much it should be sold for at book signing?
We will per book, depending on how much print cost is.
Right. Okay. So let's say if a book is, y'all say, okay, we're going to sell the book for $15. So the author gets it from y'all. They go to the book sign. They have to sell it for $15. And
right. I mean, let's just say, for example, the book for print cost is $5, right? Okay. So then for the author to make a profit, for us to make a profit, we're going to sell the book for $15. So that covers the print cost. The author gets $5. We get $5. So that's how it would work out. However, if the author purchases the books themselves, like they were just like, look, I just want the complete profits myself. I'll just buy the books myself, and you guys don't even have to worry about it. Then they'll get all of the profits because the money came out of their pocket. Like, we're not gonna tell the author they can't make full profit on a book. They paid all of it.
Okay. So there's no stipulations and stuff. Okay, awesome.
Right, yeah.
And preferably, if anyone's listening to this and y'all end up going through Nightshade Publishing and trying to get yourself in, you get published, I'm going to say preferably go through Nightshade to get your books, because even though it may seem like you're not making much money,
probably we would want that.
Yeah, I know exactly. And that's what I'm saying, because it may seem like you're not exactly.
Yes.
And it may not seem like you're making a lot of money, but actually you're probably making about the same amount, or you're making less money if you go that way. And that's why it's actually beneficial for you, definitely, if you go through Nightshade to buy your books from them and then go off and sell them. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what it's beneficial for everybody.
Because Paul does quite a few. He's already done quite a few book signings, and he's setting up vendor stands and what do you want to call it? Like, events here.
I have merch now.
He has merch. His wife makes him merch. He's moving along up. Yeah, I mean, really nice stuff.
We
too.
have shirts, and then we have
Oh,
bookmarks.
love it.
Matter of fact,
really
this
nice
last
stuff.
book signing I had, we actually sold a onesie because my second book's called Sticky Mess, and
Yeah.
my wife did a onesie with Sticky Mess on it.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So we actually sold a onesie. It's the only thing we sold as far as merch goes, but it was a sale, I guess.
I didn't know she made a onesie.
She made a onesie. It's called Sticky Mess, and of course they bought it.
That.
Yeah, that's the title of my second book in the series. But anyway,
nice.
So how okay? So you know what? That actually brings me another question. I just thought about this.
I didn't remember.
So let's talk about merch for a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's say an author has the idea for merch. They want to do this. Do they have full rights to make the merch themselves and to sell it, and then nothing goes to y'all, or how's that work?
As it stands right now, we're not doing any merch for authors. That's something that they are going to do themselves. With it being our first year, we've decided to stay with the merch that's just Nightshade related. Mm-hmm. So, and our merch store is going to be open soon. We don't have it linked in our website yet, but yeah, we're just doing Nightshade merch. And if an author wants a merch store, then we will be more than glad to share it through our website for them, because we have links to all of our authors on our website. But yeah, that would be something that the author themselves would take on. However, that doesn't mean that we won't assist them in setting up their merch store if they need help, if they've never done anything like that before. We would be more than glad to show them how they can get a merch store, who they could go to design merch and things like that. Because it is kind of hard to get things like that started if you don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
Wow, that's good. And I have a question. I'm always trying to cut jokes because I can't be too serious for very long. So when did we quit saying merchandise? We're all saying merch. Me too.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. Yes. It's this text
you've made it when you start abbreviating every word. Merch. I love it. I got some merch. I got some merch. Go ahead.
I have another. See, I'm a deep thinker, and of course, I'm like a variable.
I love it though. I can see, even though I'm not here with him in person, I can see his wheels just.
I just go because it just goes into something more.
See, I'm just sitting here observing with my hands.
Okay, what I signed up for.
I'm not asleep. I swear I'm awake. I'm listening intently.
You never know, because one of the questions that I have, Shima, I didn't think about that. I need to add that to our contract.
And we do,
it can help. Yeah.
We do have several people on here listening right now and watching. Thank you for joining us, folks. We have an author, Mrs. Kelly Austin, on here right now. Austin. And we have several other friends of ours, a lot actually.
Yeah. My brother's on here watching.
Authors. Mark has written, I believe, or wants to write, or is writing. I'm not sure. And I know throughout the time we've been doing the show, we have had so many of our songwriters that are also authors, and it goes hand in hand. A lot. I'm really surprised. It's like, man, I need to write a book, because a lot of the songwriters are writing books, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Or have written books.
I wish I could write a song.
Yeah, I
write poetry.
Well, there you go.
I have two poetry books. I have two poetry collections I've released.
Nice.
And I always hear a song in my head when I write them, but I am not musically inclined at all. Like, I cannot play an instrument at all.
Well,
but I wish I could.
Guess what? I really don't either. I'm trying to learn piano, but I write lyrics. I'm a lyricist. So basically, what I tell everyone that writes poems, and throughout my life, I've had so many, and I'm definitely not an expert, but it's something I've been doing for a long time. A poem is easily converted into a song. It just needs to be formatted differently and repeated certain part. But yeah, that's what I started out doing, just writing poetry. And then slowly but slowly, I was like, oh, that poem sounds like, kind of like what you said. I hear a song in that. So I kind of learned and did a lot of research on how to reformat. I'm not an expert, but it's a learning process. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of the same one of the things that I recently found out about myself is I was like, I want to write, because we're doing indie musicians as well, and I'm like, I want to write a song. So I had this idea for a song, and I wrote it down, and it ended up being 328 pages, which is basically, I found out, is a novella, not actually a song. So then we had to figure out how to shrink.
Yes. What did you say? 300? No, you said 335 words. And somebody last night, we asked that question.
20 words a verse.
20 words per verse. And so Paul is like triple, quadruple over what it should be.
Yeah, my song's gonna be like 20 minutes long.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm
but it's great.
He's trying to Taylor Swift it.
Yeah. We talked about that.
We have to simplify it. I'm like,
funny.
as an author, and as a writer, you use big words. I do. I mean, I find myself using bigger words.
Us.
Oh yeah, I pick on Carolyn all the time.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Carolyn all the time.
And in fact, we were at one of our, because we also do karaoke shows. My husband and I, we have so much fun. And the guy that was that runs the place that we were at, he was right in the middle of a conversation, just on, and he was really adamant about this, about his singers that he's been bringing on in his bands. And he said, I feel like that we're on the precipice, and he just kept talking. And I waited till he was done with that sentence, and he stopped, and I said, well, I have a question for you. And I looked at him real. He said yes, because he's like my kid's age, in his early 30s. And I said, precipice? So now every time I see him, we use that word. And Paul kept using it on the radio show. I was like, stop using that word. And the other word was titillating.
Oh, titillating.
I said, those words just
That's
sound
just a fun word, right?
I love that word.
They sound so dirty. So we have had so many laughs. I'm like, quit saying precipice and titillating. So we have been laughing about those words. So every week it's like a new word Paul will come up with. And I'm like, oh, be careful, Paul. You're smart showing. That's what. But anyway, continue. I had to tell you that. We have so much fun. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, this is a back and forth thing with us. So and what I found out is that my big words don't work with songs.
They don't. What was the word you tried to put in a song? And I said, you may want to get rid of that word.
Oh my!
And it was a great word, but I was like, that is not going to work.
Oh, you know what? I have it right here.
What was that word? Because it was a word.
Were you trying to rhyme it with something though? Could it be rhymed?
No, I didn't.
No, it was very essy.
You got to get rid of it then.
Yeah,
I don't think it was precipice, but it was something similar.
It was. I don't know.
Let me see, what was it, Paul? You got it right there.
There's too many words to read.
He had so many words, but it was a good start. I told him you're going to take a lot of that out, but I had no idea because I never counted my words in my songs. I just know I don't use 300 something.
Here's just an example of
strife. Author Callie said strife.
So that right there is the song. Strife? That's the song right there.
Oh my!
Yeah,
it's pretty long.
That was the song.
But it's a great concept, but it needs to be cut way down.
Yeah, I used the word strife and found out.
Strife? But that wasn't the word you were trying to use. That's what I did tell you.
Another one.
But now you know what's funny, Paul? Since you used that word, I have heard so many songs from our indie authors that has the word strife in. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that
new. Hapless.
That was it. Hapless. Who's going to use the word hapless in a song?
Oh.
And then I have, there's some other ones that I use.
I don't even remember hapless. Is that a word?
Yes.
Hapless? Like it didn't happen? It means it didn't happen?
Hapless. It's like.
Oh, I can't hear you. I don't know. I can't hear you guys. I don't know what's going on.
Hapless?
Hold on. She can't hear us. Can you hear us?
My volume went down or something happened.
Can you hear us? Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I hear you, but it's like really far. I don't know what happened. It's like really far away.
Do you want to go off and come back on? Go
Technology doesn't like me.
Paul, type in there. Do you go off and come back on? Because maybe you're faster typer than I am.
Yeah. Let me.
Hold on. I don't think.
There we go.
There you go.
And you see the message.
I can see you and kind of hear you.
I sent a message.
You sent a message. Okay,
wait a minute.
Hold on.
Paul. She
can't. What?
She can see. She can see. Where did I hear that at? She can see. She just can't.
That's like whenever you're trying to talk to someone in a different language.
I know.
And then you're like,
can you hear the words coming out of my mouth?
Can you not understand me? Why are you raising your voice?
Look what Sean put. Sean, you're so funny. Sean put, I can't even, my eyes are watering. I happily
strife the strafe.
I like that. You're yelling at her. Like, she can't hear, she can see. Can you read my lips?
Can you?
Oh, you make me laugh.
Do you know where the bathroom is?
Yes, exactly. I have to. What is this one? Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Oh, I hope she comes back. I hope we didn't scare her away.
Oh, I probably scared her away with all these questions.
No, those are good questions.
You know me and questions. I want to know.
No, but that's good. It's very good because people want to know. And that's the way to find out.
It'll help people out. I mean,
yes, and I love the way you're not afraid to ask anything, and that's great. Welcome everyone that's here with us tonight. We just lost our special guest for a moment. Hopefully she's back. Hold on, let me get her.
Oh, there she is. There she is.
Let me see if she can hear us. You're making me laugh so hard. Wait. Oh my God. Hi,
can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth?
It's like, I don't know what's happening.
Paul, you're echoing.
No, I'm just playing. I was just.
Oh my God, Paul, I'm gonna hit you. Did you?
Why am I echoing?
No. I don't know what's happening.
I know. I'm hearing my voice back in my own ears. Oh, there, I fixed it. I didn't do anything. Can you hear me now, Amanda?
No, there's echoing.
It's like. It's like I can hear, but it's like so low. I'm just like doing this.
Can you understand me?
For some
I don't know what's going on.
Restart your phone.
Restart your phone.
Oh, okay. Give me just a sec.
I'm back.
We're still going to be here.
Okay, Paul, are you still echoing? Say something.
Okay.
Say something beautiful. I'm giving up on you.
Say something. I'm giving up on you. Oh my God, Paul, you made me laugh so hard.
Goodness,
so welcome everyone. I know we have Sean, we have Callie Austin, we have Mark Gallagher, we have Melba, and we have Edgar. Anyone else on tonight? Anybody? This was a very impromptu. Is that the right word, Paul? I always feel like I'm saying the wrong word. Impromptu show. Is that right, Paul? Paul.
I'm sorry. I'm dealing with my secret project right now.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I'm saying that right. I don't want to look like a complete idiot. Too late.
Impromptu.
Impromptu.
Oh, we
are going to be replaying this on Thursday. Well, I'm not echoing anymore.
No, you're not. It was her phone. It was her phone that was probably causing an audio issue. Basically, the lines were crossed, and it was causing the microphone to mix. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Man, I was like, Paul, you know everything. You're a genius.
I may sound smart.
My hair.
You go, oh my God, what was that? The Bride of Frankenstein.
Thanks. Hey guys and gals, I hope you're having fun tonight. I really am. I'm glad we decided to go live tonight because we get to hang out with our friends too. How's everybody doing? How is everyone? Can somebody say can somebody comment? Say hello, say boo, say something. Let me make sure it's working. Say something. I'm giving up on you. Tone up for the floor.
Tore up for the floor up.
I like it. I see that. I don't hear it, but I see it. Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh. I did. You did. Oh, he did say something. I did. I did it. I hate this. I can't see my hand in my camera there.
Yeah, you gotta put it up just right.
And even when there. Hello.
No, just kidding. But no,
it's alive.
And this is awesome that we actually have a publisher on here.
I love it. Let me turn this down so I can see. Okay, no, am I the only one when you're driving in the car with the kids? I do it too.
Here we go. He's an idiot. There we go. There.
Okay, so you're driving in the car with the kids. When they were little, this happened all the time. And you're it's traffic, a lot of traffic, or you're trying to find your turn, or you're lost. That's happened to me too. And you're like, shh, and you turn the radio down so you can concentrate.
You don't know how many times I've done that.
All the time, right?
I mean, I'm like, I gotta. I turn the air conditioner down too because sometimes it gets too loud. Because in South Texas it gets hot. So
it's true, Paul. Because it's blowing in your air.
And then you're like, oh no,
let me sweat. Let me sweat. If I'm sweating, I can think. Let me turn this down. Hold on.
It's like, yeah. That's pretty much how it is.
That's funny. I used to do that all the time with my kids. Linda says, turn it down so we can see. Oh my God. Turn it down. I can't see you. That was funny, Paul.
She's not in yet. She's not back.
No, not yet. I hope she's not having no serious problems.
I know she had to restart her phone, so that's gonna be
It takes a while.
Oh, I know it takes a little bit.
He's an idiot. That's funny. Linda, you're so funny. I can't wait to meet y'all in person. Y'all are funny, man. So y'all always crack me up.
So I'm not sure, Carolyn, but we might get a little bit of a sneak peek on
a surprise
on the top secret thing. Might get a might.
It's a top secret thing, y'all. He won't tell me because it is top secret.
It is top secret, and we might.
When will we know?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It's gonna be a surprise to me too.
That would be so cool.
Yeah,
are you gonna be a daddy again?
That's what we're hoping for. No. That ship sailed. That pipeline's been cut.
I always say, nope, I've done my part for mankind. I'm completely done. Thank you so much. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, so it's not that, y'all.
We are no longer exporting oil to Canada.
Man, remind me not to make that face again. I look like the guy from the movie. What movie was that where the aliens?
Beetlejuice.
No, Men in Black. Remember where the aliens look like?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I look like. Remember that? Yes.
Yeah.
When did I get that?
Maybe
oh my God.
She needs the link again. No, I sent it to her in Facebook.
Oh, it's Brett. Brett's in there awake. Poor Brett. He had to be at work at 4 this morning, Paul. Hi, Brett. My amazing husband is watching on the big screen. Brett, did you see what your lovely friend Paul did? She couldn't hear us, so he's funny, man. Oh, I hope she comes back.
So I'm actually, let's see.
Hi, baby. I haven't seen you in at least 30 minutes. Yeah, somebody go get her.
Yeah, I mean,
Paul, give me the end of the rope. I'll hold it. You go in after her. I got the rope.
Let me see if oh, she didn't see him. Hello.
Hey,
Mark. For short stories. Paul, how does a blind man ask for food? He asked for it with his mouth.
Wait a minute. So how many words for short stories, and when does it go from short story to a novel? That's a good question, Mark.
So the answer to that question,
shouldn't we wait for the expert?
It's about 55,000 words goes into a novel.
Oh no! Remind me not to do that again. Okay, go ahead.
You have a short story is anything less than
55,000 words. I can't even talk
that's a
that
novel.
many words.
And then like a short story can be like 50,000 or less. That can be like a short story. Then you have it's like a novella. I call them novels, but they're actually called a novella.
Wow.
And novellas used to be out during real big back in the early 1900s, 1800s. Novellas used to be real big because someone can just write a real quick short story, and a lot of them, that's why I write a lot of short stories. And the novella, there's a, if you go to Google and you type it in, it'll actually have. Matter of fact, I'll give you the right answer here. Give me 1 second and I'll tell you. I'll give it to you.
Paul. Well, folks, we are on standby right now because our guest, Miss Amanda Porter, is having some issues with her phone. Hopefully she'll be right with us. So in the meantime, Paul is going to share some of his expertise with you. How does a blind man ask for food? Like this?
With his hands out. Okay, so what was that?
That was my phone. Sorry, I thought
50,000 words. Let's see. 50,000 words considered to be a minimum novel length.
Wow.
Anything over 40,000 words can fall into the novel category. But it's like 50,000 is like the average, which you can actually look at.
Wow.
And it's funny. It's like nowadays you're looking at 100,000 words, 120,000 words. Like the thick Harry Potter book, some of those were like a lot of words. And let's see.
That's how I would do it. It's a lot of words.
And then you have a novella, which is basically a short novel.
Oh, it's a short novel, so it's bigger. It's bigger than it's larger than a short story.
They can be considered short stories as well.
Okay.
But you're looking at, let's see, anywhere from 10,000 to 40,000 words could be a novella.
Wow.
Yeah, it's basically it's between like a short story and a novel. And then you have a novelette.
A novelette.
See, a novelette, which is 7,500 words to 17,000 words.
Wow. So that is the shortest? What's the shortest?
Oh no, then you have a short story. Yeah, I guess I write a lot of novelettes. I don't really write short stories, I guess, because anything I write is going to be over that 5,000. Average short story runs between 5 and 10,000 words.
Wow. And what's shorter?
And then you have, then you have something called flash fiction. It's like 500 words or less.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah, it's called flash fiction.
That's a neat title.
So yeah, yeah, there's different things.
Well, I hope she's okay.
Yeah, so do I.
So welcome, everyone. Okay, welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. Go ahead, Paul.
While we're discussing this, I'm going to send you something, Carolyn.
Yes.
I need to listen to it first because that's just how it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I give it away? Give it away now. Give it away now. Because we have a little surprise. Carolyn, you go ahead and continue the conversation. I will be right back.
Okay, what should I talk about?
Everything.
Let's talk about the weather. So what's the weather like here? It's kind of drizzly over here today and gross. I went to the dollar store and I was like, I don't like this weather. Imagine me not having anything to say. So welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. We're so glad y'all are all here. Y'all all are here. I know this is definitely an impromptu, unscheduled show, but we wanted to go live in case anyone had any questions for our guest tonight, Miss Amanda Porter, who should be back shortly. She is the owner of Nightshade Publishing, the owner and creator, I guess you would say, of Nightshade Publishing. Oh, I like your little lady dancing. Okay, I'm going to send you the link right now through Messenger, Sean. Hold on. We're having issues, but hopefully it'll work. Oops, hold on. Hold on. Oh, Sean, I already did. You went to get Sean, yes. And I already sent you the link. Do you want me to send it again? I sent it to you earlier on Messenger. Somebody's here. Let me see who it is. It's Amanda. She's back. Thank goodness.
I can hear you.
Hey, well,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. What happened is Paul got a rope and he went out to get you. And I told him, it does feel like that. We joke about that a lot. We're like, go get him. Wait, is Paul back? No. It's funny because it feels like you're going out to get him. Go find her. She's lost in the blizzard.
I just have like so much technical difficulties with stuff like this. It's like I'm cursed or something.
I'm sorry. Okay, so we have another special person going to join us on the screen, Mr. Sean Christopher. Okay, I forgot his name for a second. Okay, hold on. Hi, Sean.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes. Thank you. This is Miss Amanda Porter. Paul has got a special surprise for us, I think.
Oh.
He won't tell me because it's a surprise. So, Sean, I'm glad you're here because I think you may be, you're always a benefit, Sean. Don't get me wrong. Sean is an amazing singer-songwriter, and he lives in Jacksonville, Texas. Big Daddy in the house, and that's his wife. Callie Austin is his wife. Austin is his wife. That's why she's calling him Big Daddy. And she either calls him Big Daddy or, can I say her favorite word for you? Or idiot when he says something. They crack me up. They really do. Oh my God. I said, I can't wait to meet them in person. Hopefully he's going to be coming down here pretty soon, as soon as we can get him. There, I can see you now.
That's too much light on the subject.
So Paul, I don't know what Paul's up to. He's got something up his sleeve. You know, Paul is a magician as well. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes. So, you never know.
He may be somewhere crying.
He might be. That made me laugh so hard when he's yelling at the screen. And you hear me. And I said, she can't hear, she can see. Because he's like, ah. Oh, it made me laugh. Oh my God, it made me laugh so hard.
He ain't
I
right in
love
the head.
laughter. Do what?
He ain't right in the head.
I love it. Don't we have a lot of fun on this show, Sean? We really do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Sean just recently joined us to help us, and we're so blessed. It's so awesome. There he is. He's back. Should I bring him? Oh, he's on the screen already. Okay, what do you got, Paul? Look, our special
guest. Let me turn my camera off just a minute.
And look,
hang on, Paul.
Okay. Well, darn.
All right.
Hold on.
So,
and Sean was joining us. He'll be right back. She said idiot again.
Okay, I have to say something, Carolyn.
Uh-oh. Oh God.
What's the matter with you?
I know it's something big. I'm like, oh.
He's upset.
I just listened to the most amazing song ever.
Really?
Tell her. Go tell her. You know you want to.
So me and Sean have collaborated on Dust and the Devil.
Come on.
We literally worked on this song. This is the first song this is a novel that I was showing y'all how long it is.
I was gonna suggest that. Okay.
So I sent the song to Sean and said, hey, y'all can work with it. And we worked out a deal. It was kind of like, hey, and Carolyn knows how easy I am to work with. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Him and Linda sat there and worked on this song.
See, they co-write. In a week, their songs.
They have the music.
What?
They fix the lyrics. I just listened to it with my wife, and I'm jumping up and down. And my wife's like, my wife and Sean. I'll tell you this. My wife is like, she's listening to it, and then a little part, and she's like, yes, that's what I was going to suggest. And she goes, I really suggested doubling at the end, and you did it without even knowing that she was asking for it.
I told you, man. The song will tell you what it needs if you listen to it.
Yes.
That is
mine.
That is mine and Linda's biggest rules. The song will tell you, and it takes a while for you to listen. It takes a while for it to talk to you, but the song will tell you. Well, no, Paul. Now I'm going to sound like I'm bragging, but we actually had it done in about 2 days.
That's bragging. I'm just kidding.
Okay, Carolyn, I am going to send this to you.
Do we get to hear it on the show right now?
I'm sending it to you so you can upload the MP3 to your thing so you can play it.
Oh, how exciting.
You know what? You could just play it. Whatever you want to do, because I just realized I don't have to have a video. I could just play it on my audio player, which you could do the same thing, Paul, and we can hear it.
My audio player? What audio player? I can't upload music to this.
Oh,
you can't play it with your MP3 with
I can. Video? I can put it up to this.
No, I don't want to do it. I don't want it like that, Carolyn.
Nah.
Okay. Send it to me, and I'll just play it with my music player. Because
what's your email address?
Really? Okay, hold on. I don't want to say it.
I
don't want to say it because I may be bombarded by fan mail.
Miss Amanda, I'm sorry about all this. This is what you get when you get three idiots.
No, I think y'all are great. You get to witness history here, Miss Amanda.
I love it.
Me too. I knew Paul was up to something. I never even considered that.
Well, you didn't want to know why I said let me come on.
Well, I thought that's Paul. Sean was just watching. That's let me come on there. That's normal. It's just Sean. Okay, there it is, Paul.
Oh,
there it is.
Okay, I am now going to send this to you.
Okay.
And Amanda, this is what we do, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, I love that. We want to. Is everybody ready for this big surprise? Is the name of this song Dust Devil?
No.
You'll tell us what the name is, right?
I'm sending it to you right now.
I thought it was called Dust Devil. What happened? What have you guys been up to?
No. It all make perfect sense.
Okay. So Brett is in the other room. Brett, I hope you're watching on the big screen. This is historic event.
Yes, this is
Paul's first song ever written, and he has co-written it, I'm assuming, with Sean and his wife, Linda. Right?
That's right.
Okay.
So let me know when you send it.
I just sent it to you.
Okay, I'm gonna
and see if you can actually download it. Now, while she's trying to download that, I know. So you finally fixed all your audio issues, Amanda.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope anyway.
Yeah. So you restarted your phone. Did that fix it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So Yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited about this.
Oh my gosh, I am too.
I bet.
Did you like what you heard, Paul?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I was in the kitchen going, yeah, I was like a little kid just gathering around, like, yes, this is
okay.
awesome.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. I got it. I'm going to click on play right now. I have not heard this at all. But I
so
do
is
see
it going
to
play
name
on the screen?
It won't play on the screen unless I do a video for it real quick.
You can't just upload the file?
No, but you'll be able to hear it. I'll be playing on my music player. It's the only way I know to do it, unless you want to wait a few minutes.
We can talk while you upload it up.
Yeah, well, let's wait a few minutes.
I downloaded it, but I can't play anything except for a video, I don't think. I've got to have something to go behind it. Do you want me to do a video for it or what?
Can you do something?
How do you do that?
Hold on.
Just be a blank screen.
Yeah, just put a blank screen up there.
Yeah,
hold on. Okay.
I'm asking Carolyn, the non-technical person, to do something very.
Hey. Did you hear that? No problem. Just hold. Just see what I can do.
Yeah, you got that. So I guess Amanda.
Look what I can do.
Sean,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we said hi.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Do what now? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying that y'all met each other because I know I just
yes,
here. My
mind.
Yeah, my mind is spinning right now. If I ever get a book published, I think this is how excited I'll be too. Because I'm just like, just really excited about it. It's crazy. This is amazing. But anyway, so
okay, can you hear me? I don't think it's going to let me download Canva and this at the same time or log in. It's not working.
Okay.
So let me it's not working. It's probably because I'm just going to play it.
Play it as loud as you can.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I can do.
Yeah.
And then you can make a video and you can play it on your show tomorrow too.
Did you see Linda?
Yes. Yeah. What'd she say?
Keep your drawers on.
Keep your drawers on.
I'm sorry. I didn't. If I would have known about it in advance, I'm so sorry. I hope this is it. Well, this is it.
I know.
No, I know. Okay,
project.
so y'all are gonna have to be quiet. Okay, so let's see if it works. Y'all tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear it? You can't?
No.
Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you clicking. Click.
Okay, I'm clicking. Click. I heard it. Y'all didn't hear it, huh?
No.
Oh, I know why. Duh, I have my headphones on. Hold on. Sorry.
No wonder why you heard it.
Hey, no judgment, Paul. No wonder. That's hilarious. Hold on. Let me make sure my settings are right. I'm sorry.
Turn that volume all the way up, baby.
Oh, that's funny.
Did you see the name of it, Carolyn?
Yes. Do you want me to announce it first?
Paul, you or Paul, whatever Paul wants to do.
Paul, go ahead and tell him the name of it. It should work now. I'm sorry. Now, my computer's not very loud, but I was testing it earlier with Lee, and he was able to hear it.
So it's called Devil in the Wind. That's what the song's called. Yeah. Okay. And my original title that I actually had it as is Dust Devil. This title actually makes a lot more sense.
Okay, so let's hear it.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, you ready?
Go.
I already liked the beginning, the little bit that I heard, Sean.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
Okay. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
She was a good and simple kind of girl, wanting a new and different world. The life she dreamed of wasn't so hard. She said a prayer when she was young, to the dust that twisted in the wind, never knowing the devil could hide deep inside. Be careful what you pray to and the wishes that you make, 'cause sometimes what you want isn't what you get. Sometimes the devil lives in the wind. All All she wanted was a Superman, the kind of love in his hands. The hand she got, she never bargained for. She was black and blue when she saw red. She put a gun to his sleeping head. It was 25 to life when she shot that gun. Be careful what you pray to and the wishes that you make. Sometimes what you want isn't what you get. Sometimes the devil lives in the wind. Be careful what you pray to and the wishes that you make. Sometimes what you want isn't what you get. Sometimes the devil lives in the wind. Sometimes the devil lives in the wind.
Wow. That was good.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to play again. Hold on.
No, that was
it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
I'm just making sure it's playing over.
It's well, I wish we could play it because it's what I'm hearing is hearing is not the way it sounded.
No, I mean, it sounds so much better. But you have the MP3, you can download it because this is like an impromptu show, and you can play it on the show tomorrow.
I'm trying right now. I'm still going to try to redo it and try to make the video, but it's just not letting me open all that. I guess because I already have the other thing going.
I love the lyrics.
I did too.
I love songs that tell a story.
Yes.
So it's kind of a dark.
Very dark.
Kind of dark. A man goes sitting there going, "What is this?"
Okay, hang on. While y'all are talking, I'm going to try to fix it. Okay, keep talking, guys. I'll be back.
It gives me like that, like true, pure, like dark Johnny Cash storytelling.
Yes.
Kind of feel.
Welcome to my head. This is.
It's like you don't hear country music like that anymore. Popularized country music. Like I'm a huge country music fan, not modern country music. Like I grew up listening to like my parents love country music, especially my mom. I grew up in the South, so there you go. But like they listen to a lot of George Jones and Johnny Cash and things like that, and I love songs that tell a story, and sometimes a really dark story, even when it sounds like it's not a dark story. Like it can have like that kind of upbeat kind of sound to it, but it's still really dark.
Yeah.
So yeah, this sounded dark and was dark. So
yeah, it was. Yeah. Now I gotta figure out what picture to put with it on the spur of the moment. Okay, just keep talking.
Yeah, just put a blank picture. It doesn't matter to be a white screen. But
I gotta put something to represent.
Can y'all hear me? Because my camera.
Yeah, we can't see you, but we can hear you.
I don't know why my camera's not acting right. This is about to upset me.
Technical difficulties. It's the ghost.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's the devil in the wind.
It's the devil.
Keep talking because I'm going to figure this out. Oh,
but yeah, we're actually. I want to try to write a novella with it too, a little short.
Oh, that would be really neat
with this because I already have 386 words written. I might as well go ahead and expand on that.
So is this just like a story that was in your head and?
Oh yeah. This
you just had to get it out.
Well, actually. To tell you the truth, it was more of I knew I wanted to write a song. It was like, I want to try to write a song. Well, my wife and I were driving back from Corpus Christi and coming into Beeville, and I looked to my left and there was this huge dust devil blowing in the field. And this was just like 2 3 weeks ago. This is how fast this has happened. And
Wow.
And basically it was kind of like, hey, I got this idea about this dust devil. I'm like, I'm gonna write a song about a dust devil. So I started, just the typical author thing is just writing ideas down. And next thing I know, I have this long thing, and I worked on it for a few days, and it was kind of like, okay, now I'm done with it. And I kind of had an idea what I wanted to do with it, but the music just never really set with me. And we met Sean on a previous podcast that we did, because introducing musicians that hasn't really got their name out there and that are trying, songwriters and stuff. Bless you.
Bless you.
And then, and that's where this came from. I was like, hey, I'm going to just hand this over to Sean. I'm like, I just sent in the lyrics. I said, here you go. And his wife, it was funny because his wife actually helped him write this as well. Because I got the main stuff, him and his wife simplified it and made it what it was.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
And and they were able to do that. I forgot where I was even going with that, but anyway,
sorry,
so it was but yeah, literally this has been, I want to say a month, right, Carolyn? It's no longer than a month,
if even. I don't even know if it's been that long.
And that's like from first draft to idea to first draft to sending it to somebody and them putting music, and it was crazy how it all happened. And his wife, a little back, because his wife and him helped with it, and I think they said they got into a little tiff about some words about how they wanted to change them. But that's that creative part of people. You're like, I want to do a certain thing. I want to do a certain thing. There's probably a lot of stuff that Sean could probably tell you about song process, but he called me last night and let me listen to it. He actually sang it live to me, and he's like, I'm gonna record it tonight. We're gonna try to. So he just recorded that tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love learning about the songwriting process. I think it's so cool and unique, and it's awesome how not everyone can do it. It's so cool to kind of get some insights into it and what it takes to write a song. I love hearing things like that.
And this is the perfect place. Like, if you're interested,
because sorry. The name of it is Devil. What's the name of it again? Devil in the Wind.
Devil in the Wind. And what's so cool about it is with this podcast, we actually meet other songwriters and stuff. And if you're interested in learning about the songwriting process, or if you have like an idea for a song, like just do what I did. I wrote a novella.
I have so many.
I handed it off to somebody who I thought could actually handle it. Him and his wife wrote it, did an awesome job at it, and boom, there you go. And that's what this community is.
That's why you were saying that, wasn't it, Paul?
Yeah.
When you were going on about it, sometimes you have to hand off your stuff. I knew you were hinting at something. I just didn't know what.
You do. And that's kind of what I'm doing with my Fairydom series too. Handing it, trying to find a publisher for it now, because I'm like, I'm almost done with the third book, and it's like I feel like it could be so much better. And it's like you were saying earlier, it's like you have to have the point where it's like, okay, I've done what I can with you. Let me hand you off to somebody who could actually give you justice, basically.
And I'm downloading it right now.
Okay, and that's what I was really
the picture could have been better. Oh, I can still see you on the TV. I can't see y'all, so I'm just listening.
But yeah, and that's but yeah, like I said, if you're interested in that, if you want to just catch some of these things or go back and watch some of them, you'll find some songwriters that we've had on that would be, I know, be willing to help.
I totally have time to write a song.
Oh, I know. And I'm there because I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids I'm helping raise. I have a wife. I've actually helped my wife build a bakery and on the side of our house. Now she bought a pool the other day, surprisingly. So now I got to go build a 24-foot concrete thing for the pool to set on. I have tons of stuff. Plus I'm trying to get my third book done. And I have another novel that I finished that I'm actually trying to get out. I got to do the editing on it, but it's like a 600-page novel that I finished that is just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm constantly
so much to juggle.
Oh yeah, it is. And
a lot.
But you know what? You stay busy and time goes by super fast.
Yeah, I know. I had there was a mom on TikTok who had posted a video who was like, this, really well-known author posted a video about how she has all this time to write because she doesn't have kids, and this other really well-known author talked about how they have so much time to write because, she doesn't have kids and all they do is write. And she's like, and I have kids and all these other obligations and I'm struggling. And so I just had to encourage her a little bit and, kind of stitch her video and just say, it's okay that you have all of those things on your plate, and it's okay that you don't have all of this time to write like you think that you should have to be successful or have the level of success that people think that you should have. Because, we are given, you're doing great things with the time that you're given, whether that be you use that time to spend that time with your kids or you use that time to do your creative stuff. You're still doing great things no matter what it is, so, and I think we beat ourselves up a lot as creative people and as parents and spouses and things like that. Like, I should be doing this at this time, and I should be doing that, and I should be doing that. And we don't really stop and just say, I'm grateful for what I'm doing at this moment,
Yeah.
So,
isn't that the truth? That's so beautifully said. Okay, so it's done, Paul. It's very, very quickly, and it's not exactly what I wanted to do with a photo, but the one I wanted, it wasn't available. So I don't know. Let's see what you think. I'll just play it just for a second. I mean, already, unless y'all want me to play the whole thing again.
I'll play the whole thing.
Okay. No, if it's done and you have it into a white background and the sound's there,
yes,
play the whole thing.
Oh, I got a photo. I try to do it better than that. I can't just give you a white background. You're my friend. I hope it's good enough. Here we go. This is Devil in the Wind, right? I hope I said the right title right.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Oh, hold on. Just a minute.
No, don't worry about my misspelled name. Don't worry about my misspelled name. It's fine.
Is your name misspelled? I didn't even know that.
Oh, I thought that's why you stopped it.
No, I thought it would take up the whole. Hold on, let me download it the other way because I like it when it takes up the whole screen. Okay, hold on.
Anyway, Linda, where I been is restarting my computer. Something else was accessing my camera.
Oh,
that's not good.
No.
What do you mean something else?
You better watch out. You might have some guys try to check you out there in the garage.
What do you mean something was accessing your camera?
Oh, it might have been that OnlyFans page I got going on.
That's what's behind this curtain.
That is not what I meant.
You think that black curtain behind him there is for his little thing? No, there's a little sex dungeon back there.
That's how he funds his music business.
There you go.
Okay, I'm downloading it. Hold on. I'm doing it the other way because if I do it the one way,
it's hard out there.
Hey, man, $20 is $20.
Hey, gas is high, y'all.
Okay? Gas went up. Yes.
Gas is high.
Maybe 2 gallons.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You come by and see me. You come by and see me spend it on the pole. Mind your business. I'm telling you,
mind your own business.
Either mind your business or drop some money.
Mind your business.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to get me some gas money.
Exactly.
You don't know me. You know me? No, you don't.
No, you don't. No, don't be judgmental of me. You don't.
Like the other day, y'all.
I see people putting that stuff on Facebook all the time. Until you are in my situation, walking in my shoes.
I was in the gas station the other day, and I heard a lady tell the cashiers, "Say, I need 10 pumps on pump 1." I said, "Where are you going, pump 2?"
Oh my God! She said 10 pumps. Oh my God!
$10. Yes, you need $10 on pump 1. I said, "Where are you going, pump 2?"
Oh. I was like,
"Hi, Kathleen."
It's about halfway. Sorry. Let me see who said something. Oh, did you see the question from Kathleen? She said, where you wait, that's not it. You didn't say where you been, Big Daddy. Because you messed with something. She said, where did it go? Are you coming out with another book? That's what Kathleen said.
Yeah, I'm working on the third book. Is going to be called Sticky Ties, and I'm hoping to get it released. I'm hoping.
Hey, when you coming out with that one? When you coming out with that one called Purple Sticky Punch?
Purple Sticky Punch.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Where you been, Big Daddy? Don't make me come out there. She's gonna get you. Y'all are so funny. Okay, it's almost done processing. It takes a long
Yeah,
time.
and then the other novel that I was working on, Kathleen, is going to be called Shadows of Time, and that one's not in the.
I like that title.
Yeah,
it's the title, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's funny is that how that idea came about was my son came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I want you to put this wristwatch on my ankle." And the idea just kind of flowed from there because I'm like, "Why do you want a wristwatch on your ankle?" And of course, the writer in me was like, "Why would you want to put the wristwatch on your ankle?"
Is he a time traveler?
And then no, he's not a time traveler. And it was like,
it's not a time. That's what I thought too.
Yeah, no, it's not. It has nothing to do with time travel. And I was
like it would, doesn't it?
That would be awesome to have this. And I just envisioned this kid in high school with watches all over his body.
Travels.
Nope, he doesn't time travel. That'd be too easy. That'd be too easy. It's ready.
It's ready. Let's play it with the video and see if it sounds. I mean, what y'all said. I don't know. It sounded good from my end, but of course it was on my.
But hold on one second before time travel actually is this one. The Shadows of Time actually is a lot more complicated than time travel. The watches, when he puts them on his wrist or on his body, when his body touches them, the watch goes backwards. It starts going backwards 2 times faster than it goes forward.
So does he go backwards?
It's
Paul's got a crazy imagination. I love it.
I want to know more.
Yes, I know.
I'm intrigued.
Me too.
You're intrigued. I'll just send it to you so you can look at it.
You'll have to send it to me.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
I will do that. I will take you up on your offer.
For its official debut, here is the Devil. Hold on. Devil in the Dust. No, Devil in the
Wind.
I wrote it. I don't remember what it says. I hope I didn't.
She will mess up her husband's name if she didn't have it written in front of her.
I know. Here we go. I hope this picture is okay, Paul. It was very fast.
She was a good and simple kind of girl, wanting a new and different world. The life she dreamed of wasn't so hard. She said a prayer when she was young to the dust that twisted in the wind, never knowing the devil could hide deep inside. Be careful what you pray to and the wishes that you make, 'cause sometimes what you want isn't what you get. Sometimes the devil lives in the wind. All she wanted was a Superman, the kind with love in his hands. The hand she got, she never bargained for. She was black and blue when she saw red. She put a gun to his sleeping head. It was 25 to life when she shot that gun. Be careful what you pray to and the wishes that you make, 'cause sometimes what you want isn't what you get. Sometimes the devil lives in the wind. Be careful what you pray to and the wishes that you make. Sometimes what you want isn't what you get. Sometimes the devil lives in the wind. Sometimes the devil lives in the wind.
All right. I did fix it. I'm re-downloading it. Sorry, Paul. I was in such a hurry. I spelled your
No, that's fine. That's fine. You know, my name doesn't matter. Only the song matters.
So that's a good. I like it. Yeah, I know, Carol. I'm messing with buttons. Y'all can hear me clicking. Sorry. I was trying to be quiet.
It's really good.
Yes, that was really good. I liked it a lot. Let me see. We're getting some feedback. Let's see. Woot.
Woot.
Kathleen, what a great word. Woot.
Woot.
What's up, Paul? What's up, Pooh?
Pooh.
Now I'm gonna call you Pooh. I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to wait for it to download. I'm so sorry, Paul. Really. Now I got to fix it.
No, that's awesome.
Sounds like maybe someone with a French accent trying to say your name.
Yes, Poul.
Yeah. Poul.
What's up, Poul?
Poul. That's a new sound.
Yes, I'm going to re-download the correct one. I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right.
Amanda, I had an English teacher. One of the best English teachers I ever had was my freshman year of high school. Her name was Angela Porter.
Oh, not related. I don't think. No, Porter's my married name, so.
Well, hers is too.
Know,
I
right?
didn't.
Well, you never know, but my husband's family's from West Virginia, so and they've been in the, I call them the hills because that's where they live.
Yeah.
Like his grandmother, they had a bunch of property out there on one of the mountains in West Virginia, and they lived out there for I don't know how long, and a lot of the family still lives out there. I visited one time, and I thought I was going to fall off like one of the hills because they always say like West Virginia is very hilly, it's like the hills, and they are. And I was like this, holding on to the car because like you can go up this hill and it's very steep, and I'm like I can't see over the car, like I can't see the other side.
Oh, I would not like that. No. It was anxiety just hearing that.
It's part of the Smoky Mountains.
Yes, yes. I live in Alabama, so we visit Tennessee a lot.
Yeah, I tell this story some. I used to haul vinegar. Well, I hauled milk from East Texas where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I would haul milk to Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh wow!
I would unload that milk.
You haven't written a song about that?
We'll get to it.
I would have already written it.
Anyway,
it sounds like a country song.
Yeah, really. I would unload that milk, and I would go about 3 blocks down the road, and I would pick up a load of vinegar, and I would take it to Newport, Tennessee. I would take it to Conagra Foods. They were making ketchup and mustard with it.
Oh, okay. You've been all over.
Yeah, I'm curious more about the combination. You know what doesn't blend? Mixing milk and vinegar.
Well, they wash it out. See, that's the thing. When you unload the milk, they wash the tanker out. They put a lock on it.
That's interesting.
And then you go down there, they take the lock off, they put the vinegar in it. You go get it unloaded in Newport, Tennessee, they put another lock on it. And you can't load no more milk can be put in that tanker. We would have to come from there. It was 900 and something miles. We would head back to Como, Texas to another washout, and then that trailer would get washed out there. And then the process would start over again.
I was going to say because vinegar is very powerful for you to get that.
Oh yeah, this was.
Wow.
This was.
I don't know why that's interesting. More, I'm like, really? Tell us more about the vinegar.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
But I tell you that story because I went through Birmingham,
showing this. Hold on,
Chattanooga, and all that.
Fixed it.
There it is.
I want to make sure. I'm so sorry.
You went through. Oh, so yeah, that's not far from where I live. Well. It is far, but not far. I don't live too far from Birmingham, so.
I got a cousin that lives in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm. Been to Birmingham plenty. Huntsville. I don't know if you ever went through Huntsville or not, but yeah, I don't live far from Huntsville. Mm-hmm. The Rocket City.
I literally, I'm writing a song in my head right now about the milk and the vinegar and the Huntsville and the cousin. I'm not even kidding. I drove a truck for many years into Huntsville, Alabama.
Well, it wasn't Montgomery.
Use that. I hauled milk and vinegar. Oh,
yeah, Montgomery sounds like more of a country sounding place. Birmingham.
It really does. No, it really does sound like a song, doesn't it?
Well, that's where Hank Williams.
I'm writing it in my head.
That's where Hank Williams is from.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. That is so cool.
Let's see here. Midnight in Montgomery.
Yep, Midnight in Montgomery.
Silver Eagles. And I think that's Midnight in Montgomery, Silver Eagles. I can't remember that line. What is it? Silver Eagle, what?
Lonely Road. Midnight in Montgomery, Silver Eagle, Lonely Road.
I'm not
sure. I was on my way to Mobile for a big New Year's Eve.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Different outside of town.
Yeah. Pull my car up.
Felt the wind. Now that is a spooky song. That is
now we're going to be acting out the song.
We're going to be writing songs the rest of the night. So let's get back to the publishing information.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, sure, yeah.
While the ladies here.
I definitely don't want to leave you out. This is so interesting to me. I love it. I'm having a blast. Paul, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Sean, you're so awesome.
Too.
You and your wife, Linda, you guys are amazing people. They really are. You know what's so cool about this, Amanda, is that we have been able to meet so many fabulous people. And I don't even use the word fabulous, but I mean, honestly, giving from their hearts and their souls. And everybody, our little, we call it a family, don't we, Paul?
Oh, yeah.
Carolyn's Corner, we have grown and we just got so many amazing people. And everybody is in the same, kind of like the same thing. Hey, I know how to do this. Let me show you. Oh, wait, I can do this. Let me show you. And it's so incredible. I mean, it is beyond. Yeah, it is really great. And my dream, my fantasy, honestly, I don't know how I'm going to make it happen, but my dream is to get a big bus or something and just go. Say, get in, get all of Carolyn's, as many as can go, and us go on a trip somewhere together. That would be so cool because we're meeting so many.
Carolyn Corners convention.
Exactly, or Carolyn's Corner crew. I just have a feeling. I'm a big believer in things that happen. I definitely believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe that if I just keep.
Me and Paul's talked about that with this song, Carolyn. With what I know, you've seen some posts I had about.
What's happening with that?
Well, I had a man contact me. He's got a theater up in Mineola, Texas. And he found me actually through a blues musician that I know. And he called me, or he contacted me. He said, "Man, I'd like to talk to you about performing." And Miss Amanda, I'm sorry. We're here to talk about her.
It's exciting. I knew something. He said big things coming.
Yeah. Anyway, he said, "Would you come and talk to me?" Which Mineola is about an hour away. And I said, "Yeah." And Linda and I loaded up with no. Didn't know what we were walking into or where we were going. And I get up there and he's like, "Man, I've got this." He's got an old theater. And, I mean, they still show movies there. And he bought it and he's redoing it. In Fact to Business, when that night, listen to me, country, Fact to Business.
Fact to Business?
Fact to Business.
I like that. Okay.
Anyway.
I like that a lot.
He's got this theater, and across the street, he has another little more intimate venue. And he had told me, he said, "Man, I think you would be perfect for." He said, "These people put me on to you, and I think you would be perfect for what I've got in mind."
Oh my gosh!
So he said, "I want you to start at this little intimate deal, doing your songs." So anyway, we get up there and we go in there, and he shows me the little small venue that he's talking about, and I played him guitar in my hand. And he had heard another one, a new one we got.
Song is, Amanda, it's so. It's a good song. It's called Guitar in My Hand. Go ahead. Glass on the guitar in my hand, glass on the floor, guitar in my hand. Oh, it's
smoking there, glass on the floor, and all of that. Anyway, so I played him that. He said, "Well, I tell you what," he had showed me the theater, and like I said, there was people already sitting in there waiting for the movie to start.
Oh, so it's an actual movie theater.
Oh, right, yes, ma'am. Okay. He was fixed to show a Tuesday night classic there. He said, "Would you be willing to come over here to this big stage and sing a couple of songs or sing that again?" And I said, "Sure." He said, "I'd like to see what the crowd's reaction is." So we walk over there, and he said, we're in a big stage.
Oh my!
He brings me. He sets me down in a chair, and he tells me, he said, "This is Sean Christopher, blah 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 blah." He said, "I want y'all to hear him." He said, "He's going to be coming to sing." And anyway, I sang them those two songs, and he said, "Y'all, there's more coming, y'all." And another little small teaser. Now, I said I wasn't going to tell this, but I'm
so excited for you.
Well, another little small teaser, and we'll see if this comes to fruition or not. but he's trying to get the Bellamy brothers to come to this theater. And if he does, I may get to open for the Bellamy brothers.
Oh my gosh, Sean!
Wow.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's put it out to the universe right now.
No, don't.
No, I'm going to, because I'm a big believer in that. You know, if you believe it, if you visualize it, I've learned that throughout my life, right, Paul? Paul knows that.
Yeah.
If you believe it and you say it enough, you just put it out there into the universe. God, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Gosh, Sean, that's great.
And I tell y'all that because as Paul and I talked about this song today, in fact, I said, Paul, it's really weird that you sent me that song to help you with and you know, make a song out of it. I said, and the whole premise of the song is be careful what you wish for.
Yes.
And be careful to who you pray.
It's along the same lines as Guitar in My Hand in a way.
Well, I mean, it's just the whole thing of it. I'm like, you know, it's weird that song came into my life. His song came into my life, and we made a song because it was just a whole bunch of weird stuff went down with it. When I sat down there, when I finally got in there and sat down with it Sunday night, and I really started messing with it, I started playing chords and trying to figure out. It started coming, like that, and it, like I said, it's just me being crazy. It's just weird how that song's come to be it.
Because you feel the way I do and how I do now. And it took me years to get to that point in my life. But, you know, you go, you know, everything. And I preach. It's almost like preaching about it every week. I'm like, I don't know why nobody can tell me. Like I keep telling my husband, I said, I've got to do this. You know what I mean? It just keeps progressing and keeps progressing. There's witches afoot. That's what Linda said.
And you know when it feels right. You know when it feels right.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I told Paul, I said, you know what? Because we're co-writers on the thing now. But I told Paul, I said, dude, I'm telling you, man, this song will wind up on his song will wind up, or our song now. It's our song.
Yeah. Our song, yes.
Our song.
So awesome.
It'll wind up on a CD somewhere someday soon. And it's going to wind up in my set list.
That's so awesome. Paul, isn't that amazing, Paul?
I'm blown away, you know, and it's funny because I let Crystal listen to it as well. And it was funny because when he first played it to us live on the phone yesterday, we were
Sunday night. This was Sunday night about 11 o'clock. About 11 o'clock Sunday night.
And it was on I thought it was on Easter. And we were sitting here and he played it for us. Well, of course, me and Crystal were like, it was stunned silence. And he was like, hello? You got Wow. He's like, well, did you? And of course, that silence, a lot of people take it the wrong way. They're like, they didn't.
He's like, I broke them.
No, it was, and we were just in a very good stunned silence. It's like, I cannot believe that something that I wrote actually was able to be translated into a song, and then him picking up the chords and playing it, and it happens so fast.
Yeah,
it sounds so good. That
inspired him. Yeah.
Wow, this is crazy.
See, and Paul, that's what happened. Why I can connect, because that's what just happened to me recently. All these years of writing, I finally took a leap of faith and said, okay, I'll co-write with someone. I've never co-written with anyone ever. And my first co-write, and I'm not going to say who, but the person not only finished it like Sean did, within a few hours, she messaged me back, and it is absolutely beautiful. And she's going to be releasing it very soon. So I know exactly what you mean. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, what? You don't even know what to say, because you're like, wait a minute, that's what we did together. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
I wrote that. Those are my words.
Yes.
It is crazy because it's almost that same feeling that you get when you get your, like when I say self-published the book, and when I got the hard piece of book in my hand.
This is mine. Yeah.
I'm like,
wow.
Oh my word.
I made this.
Yes. And then
it's me and Linda talk about all these songs. They're like our children. They're like our babies.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's your song baby. It's what come up with my book baby.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing, isn't it? It's so true. And that is why I love doing all this so much, because see, if Paul, because of this show, Paul was able to meet Sean. Sean was able to meet Paul. I was able to meet the person that I met. You know what I mean? And we are developing this group. And I can't even say
community.
Yeah,
it's literally like a community, and that is what life should be, where we help each other. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people that are trying to take advantage, and you know what I mean. And man, it's nice to just be able to say, hey, hey, Donovan, how are you, sir? It was so good to see you.
I was like, what?
Yeah, one of our friends is on here. Yeah, it's really great, man. That's great, Sean. You guys are awesome.
Linda actually, when he sent us the story, the night he sent me the story, that was the cool thing. That's why he made reference to it earlier. When he sent me he said, all right, here's my song. I called him up. I said, hey man, can I call you?
Now, was it just the lyrics? I'm sorry, was it just the lyrics?
Yeah, it was just so lyrics.
You had no idea how you thought it should sound or anything.
No, I mean I had no idea what he was.
Without
what
a bus, where is the bus? I know we need a bus, Linda. That's on our agenda. A miracle's gonna
happen. Party
bus. We need a bus. We go. You don't even know. I'd be like, we're going. Let's go. I'm going to get Paul first. Then we'll go get Sean. We'll come get Amanda. We'll come get everybody. Come on. Can you go? Get on. Really? Because Texas is the hardest state to get through. Once we get through them, the others are a piece of cake.
We'll have to buy stock at OPEC to get out of Texas.
Yes. I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what would cost the most, getting out of Texas. After that, it'd be a piece of cake. Like North Carolina, Mississippi, no problem. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump once you get out of Texas.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. The night he sent me the lyrics, this was the funny part. And I wasn't being mean at all when I got him on the phone and I said, look, I got 2 questions. I said, I got 3 comments. I said, the first one is, you didn't send me a song. You sent me a book.
It was very, it was like 300 and something words.
And he said, yeah, I know. I know. And I said, now my questions are, the first one is, and I said, I'm being serious here. Are you sure you want me to rip this apart? Because that's exactly what I'm fixing to do.
Yeah.
And he said, man, I'm fine. I said, no, my second question is, are you okay with Linda being involved in this? He said, yes. Well, as soon as Linda heard that, she went
I bet.
scribbling. I mean, she went
to partners.
They write all of their songs together.
We write together, so yes, ma'am.
I think that's so awesome to have someone there.
But do you see the correlations though between novel writing and songwriting?
Yes.
Like all of the things are the same. It's like editing, critique partners, beta readers. They all have. It's all basically the same process. And I love
absolutely. Linda said, stop talking with them hands.
I can't help it. Yes.
You do.
I'm a hand talker too. It's
I know
okay.
when Sean gets excited, we know he wants to say something. We're like, what? And I have to literally cross my hands down here, so I won't do that.
I'll sit on them.
So it was so funny is that now that I've actually have a book published, now I have a collaboration with a song with Sean. I'm getting, and it's like, wow, all this experience is coming to me, and it's awesome to be validated. I mean, actually, for him to tell me, hey, this is an awesome thing, but I'm ripping it apart. And a lot of people don't know, because I know a lot of people are scared about this, especially like with their work and their creativity. And I think Amanda should, I'm pretty sure she knows about this too, is some people don't want their stuff messed with.
Yeah.
And they really don't, because they don't want to hear that stuff. They're like, no, this is my, and how I feel about it is, if you can make it better, do it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
as long as it's constructive criticism,
right.
That's my thing.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
yeah,
that's why I asked him what I asked you about, a respect for him, because if he'd have said, "No, I really don't want you messing with it," messing it up, I'd have said, "Okay."
Yeah, if he would have said, Sean, if he would have said, "I want you just to put music to what I have," what would have been you wouldn't have been able to put music to that because the song would have been too long.
Well, it just would have been too long, and you need to, there again
yeah,
it needs to be it needs to be formatted. Yeah. When I sent it to him, I sent him the lyrics, and he messaged me back. He was like, "Jesus Christ, man!" And this was his exact words. He was like, "Jesus Christ, man." He said, it's so simple, but you said exactly what I was trying to say
in way less words.
In way less words, and just trying to teach. Well, and I'm not an expert. But I said with a song, you have about 30 seconds to grab a hold of somebody. And if you don't get them, if you don't get your message in their head in that 30 seconds, you've pretty much lost them. You know?
That's true. You have to have something compelling to get them to keep listening, or they want more. They're like, what's going to happen? What is going to happen with this?
Yeah, surprisingly enough, it's the same for a book. If you don't capture someone's attention in the first opening paragraph or so, first few paragraphs, they're gone. So,
isn't that true? Because I've done that where I'm thinking about buying a book or getting a book. Yeah, exactly. That's what Kathleen said. And I like that, Kathleen. That's true. That is so true, Amanda, because, and you read just a little, you're like, nah, it's not going to be good. And you can tell by the first one or two paragraphs. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? It's the same thing. It's just one of them is visual. The other one is audible. It's that creative different stuff. Different senses.
Yeah. Linda's always said because she's an author, she will usually try to give it the first chapter. Because she's really trying to look and okay, give me something to grab a hold of.
Right.
Where some ding-a-ling like me that doesn't read, if they don't get me in the first paragraph, I'm out. I'm like, just because I got ADD. So
yeah. So Kathleen said, Paul, are you going to write that Star Wars story?
Okay, here's some backstory. So when I used to work at the library here in Beeville, I would I actually started writing a fan fiction Star Wars script because we're going to film a movie, and that I actually wrote the script and I lost it.
Oh no!
Yeah, and I lost it, and so I'm like, I'm not going to mess with that story again. And the funny thing about that is I got into writing scripts. So when I left the job at the library, I got the job up in Gainesville, up in North, Central Texas. And so I went to go work up there. Well, then I actually wrote a script for another Star Wars movie, and we actually filmed it with professional film stuff and everything. And it was filmed and it was online. It's called Night School, KNIGHT, Night School. We worked with 2 producers, a director, and then we had a bunch of actors that we actually had come into the theater, and then we actually did the whole thing. It was a comedy. It was a comedy spoof type deal. And we had makeup. Oh, actually, I'm gonna start beating my own chest, I guess. I don't know. So one of the actors actually that performed in our movie went on to work with on it was the Coast Guard movie that came out with Kevin Costner. I can't remember the name of it. So he was one of the actors in that.
Wow.
And one of the makeup artists that actually did all the costume artists and the makeups and all stuff like that, that built all the costumes for us. She actually went to go work with the show called Heroes on NBC.
Oh, cool. I remember. I loved that show until it got all weird.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, she left. We actually opened that door up so she could go do that. And I've always been supporting other people, and I know a lot of people don't know that about me because I don't talk about that much.
Yeah.
I always have this issue about talking about myself and the things that I've done, but yeah,
what? Maybe you're supposed to write a screenplay or a movie. You're supposed to write the words. Amanda is supposed to be involved with it, and then Sean and I and whoever else is going to be writing the music to go with your music.
With the score.
It's perfect.
Okay, let me throw you another twist in on all this, Paul. I mean, this just popped into my head when you were talking about all that. This theater I'm talking about playing the music in.
It's a theater.
They put plays on there all the time.
Yeah.
They put one guy that's kind of in partners. He wrote a whole screenplay, and they put a whole. Now, of course, I have no authority to say what, when, or why, but
hey, you don't know. You don't
know.
No,
you don't know.
You don't know, and I'm just going to say you don't know what God has in store. Maybe
so the next thing I'm going to do is write a playwright so it can be on a play.
You never know.
Yeah,
you don't know what I believe everything is for a reason. I really do.
It is, and it's funny.
Wow, that's so cool.
And that's why I love this platform so much is we're able to meet all these new people. And
it's amazing.
And Amanda probably never thought about any of this, and she's like, oh, and now she's like, oh, I can probably write a song. Now I get now I know who to talk to about trying to get it turned into a song.
Yes.
Because we know everybody. So, I mean, you never know where all that
you and Amanda could get together and write a screenplay.
Yes.
And we'll add some music to it. I'm working on
Maybe I can convince him to write about a time traveler that wears
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we need a bus for sure. We need a bus with an office. So what did Kathleen say? I'm working on a murder mystery novel which takes place at a disabled camp. It's coming along slowly. Wow. And look who else is here. We have a very special guest that just joined us. Jeffrey Nauman. Hey, Amanda, should get a copy of my screenplay. Yes, Jeffrey has written a screenplay.
I don't do screenplays.
Doesn't do screenplays, Jeffrey. That's
I'm sorry.
That's all right. But we were just talking about it, Jeff. Jeff is an amazingly talented guy. He is a great singer. He's written some fabulous songs. I mean, really. And then he wrote a screenplay as well. So it's just like,
that's awesome.
Gosh, isn't that cool? He was just on our show, 2 weeks ago, right, Paul? 3 weeks ago.
But I tell you what, it's funny because Amanda was talking about future and all that stuff like that. I'm like, you should read. I did write something similar to a time travel. It's called Thump Thump.
Thump.
Yeah, Thump Thump. It's about a guy from the. It's about
a guy. Titles.
yeah. Well, it's called Thump Thump because of a heart monitor and like towards the end of the middle of the book. It's a little novella that I wrote, but. It's about a couple who's trying to get pregnant. They end up getting pregnant, and the guy from the future comes back and says they have to kill the unborn child because the child has a virus that's going to wipe out the world.
Oh my gosh!
And the story basically is about the mental aspects of how what would what would this guy do and what he's gone through the entire time. And it sounds horrible. It does, but
my heart.
I know that's the part that got me. I said, "Why the baby?" That's
but that's not the baby. And it's funny. And my wife always said, "Yeah, my husband wrote this whenever I was pregnant." So,
you did. I think you were having.
I have a twisted mind. I mean, I have
very, very intriguing, But I would just be like, the whole time.
Yeah, the thought of the thing. But I will say that it's not
no
one of those
things. Linda.
Yeah, no spoiler. What'd she say? Hold on. Oh, she said she gave a young.
Went left fast. That went left fast. But that's just how my brain works because I always think about like the paranormal, the horror, the thriller. Because I love Stephen King. I love all the stuff that he's written.
Green played a book is a little backwards.
Yeah, his stuff's a bit dark.
Yeah, no, it is dark. But it's funny. It's so funny because the other spectrum of it, I wrote the Fairydom series, and that has to deal with fairies, and it's like ages 8 to 83, and it's about fairies. There's no dark stuff. Well, it kind of gets dark in the third book because you have to have that suspense.
Yeah, you got a little bit of darkness in your book. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, nothing. But the Fairydom series is nothing compared to like Thump Thump and Propeller Man and the Shadows of Time. Nothing compared to any of that stuff. All that stuff is
Did you say Propeller Man?
Yes, I wrote the story called Propeller. I'm just stepping on my foot here.
But let me ask y'all this as authors, because this is something I witnessed Linda do.
Okay.
She in one of her books. She wrote a book. She's got a book called Rage. I've never read it. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about it, but other than this one thing,
sounds angry.
She got so mad at the character in it. She said, "I can't write no more." She says, "I'm so ready to kill him. I'm so ready to. I'm done with this man. I'm done with this book."
Yep.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm like, Linda, baby, you're gonna be okay.
That is so weird because it's a character, but
she's like,
but they're real to us.
Yes,
they're real.
Wow. Oh my God.
Like,
oh yeah, she said, put him in the
hole.
No,
it is true because Amanda and it's funny because when you were talking about that, I saw Amanda going, "Oh yeah." Because any author, well, I don't say any author, but I know a lot of authors that do that. I am one of them too, because my wife does not understand the concept of. She's like, "I don't get it. You're writing it," and I'm like, "Yeah, but no."
Yeah, but they tell us what to write. Like I always tell my husband,
just like the song. Yeah. It'll tell you what it'll tell you.
It'll tell you. Like I tell my husband, there are voices in my head, and they tell me
I
what
should be an author.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Literally,
and it's like a million, you know. They're all vying for attention because as a creative person and as a songwriter, I'm sure it's the same too. You have lyrics constantly flowing in your head, all these words flowing in your head. You're like, oh, I need to write this down. Oh, this is a good lyric, or this is this. And then like for an author, you have all these different characters, like tell my story, tell my story, tell my story. And so you are like, okay, let me write this down. And I have so many works in progress that I'm like, I need to write this down. Oh, I need to write this down before I forget. So it's like I'm constantly, and then some are louder than the other. So that's the one you focus on, you know, like this is the one that's screaming the loudest. So I have to write their story.
I know Paul is always saying, I don't know what they're going to do. And I said, what do you mean? This is like, Crystal, what do you mean? I mean, I can relate to a certain degree because of the songwriting, but I can't even imagine with a book. It's completely different because you have
it is different because, you know, you might sit down and go, you might sit down and decide, you know what, the story's going to go in this direction. And then you start writing, and next thing you know, this character does something off the wall, and you're like, why are you doing that?
Like, that's not where this is supposed to go.
And I've done that. And I've actually looked at my book, and I'm like, why did you do that?
Then you start talking to them.
Yeah, I know, you start talking. And you start,
wait your turn, I'll get you in time.
Not your turn, go back. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, like it's true.
Always talking, that's what Linda said.
And that's why I love writing so much, because you get to talk to the voices in your head, and you can sanely talk to the voices in your head, and you have an excuse to talk to the voices.
I guess so. Paul said he literally. Do you, when you're writing when you're writing one of your books, Amanda, do you literally see like almost like a movie playing out in your head of what they're doing?
Oh yeah. Like I know this might be like too much of a confession, and just to show you guys, like I might be really exposing myself here, but there's times like I'll just like, I have this idea and I'll just stop and I'll like have a conversation between the two characters, and I'm like, they would say this. And then I'm like, and then this person would say this, you know?
A matter of fact, I'm in my third book. I like that. I'm having that same problem. I'm in the truck. We had to go to Corpus today to get my son's cast, a real cast, put on today. And I'm writing I have my laptop in my lap, and I'm sitting there just writing. And then I get to the spot, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. She says this, and then I'm literally doing this back and forth thing, and I'm having a conversation, and of course,
whole conversation.
Like, what are you doing over there? And I'm like, I'm
you see it in your head, you act it out.
Yep.
Like I'll be doing dishes or something, and I'm like mumbling under my breath, like no, you know, of what's happening, or if I'm going, and it's always like in the most inopportune times, because like you don't have something to write it down, so then you have to like get up or run really quick to do something. But see, journals out my ears, books out my, you know, just because this is my most current thing I'm working on, and so I'm just like, and then I have to stop and go really quick. But then it's like those moments where you're like laying in the bed and you're about to fall asleep, and I have children. I'm trying to write behind the mirrors. The heroes in the book are all the kids with disabilities. I love that.
Me too. But I saw that. I had to put it up here. Linda, Kathleen, excuse me. I'm sorry. That is a really great idea. I can visualize that.
I do too. I love that. I think representation is so important. Yeah. But it's like I'm laying in the bed about to fall asleep, or I'm in the shower, or I'm like doing something with the kids, and I'm just like, I need to write this down.
Yeah. My wife bought me a little notepad that you can actually have in the shower attached to the wall.
I've seen those. I need to get one because it's like,
when he told me that, I was like, what?
Yeah,
like the dramatic scenes come in the shower, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like rain, and you're like, okay, now I can get into dramatic mode. You know, this is where the characters break up. And,
oh my gosh! So, how many books have you written, Miss Amanda? I didn't even ask.
I have written. Let's see, I've written a trilogy. I've written 2 poetry collections. I've written my. So this will be my 7th one that I'm about to release.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh, Kathleen said
that's nothing compared to some people. Like I know a friend of mine, a fellow author, she has been, I don't know how many years exactly she's been writing, but either way, she's just finished her 78th book.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. See, Paul, that's the thing. Merle Haggard just talking from my world, Merle Haggard wrote over 2,000 songs.
Yeah, it just depends on the creative person.
Yeah, we actually, and I don't remember. Do you know the Sophie Lee saga?
Mm-mm.
You haven't seen anything on TikTok about the Sophie Lee saga written by? We had her on our show. I can't believe it's escaping my mind now. I have her on TikTok, and I can't remember her name. But anyway, she says she writes like a book. She can write a book in like a week. Remember her?
Yes, but
oh my
God!
Chasing Stormy on TikTok. Chasing Stormy.
Yes.
Stormy.
Okay.
Stormy Lewis.
Okay, I've heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She writes a book in a week.
Well, that's what she was saying. She said she can actually sit there and she can
like I have written a book. It's not released, but because it's kind of outside my genre of what I normally write. So I kind of held on to it. I'm not like, do I want to release it? You know, in like one of those situations. But I wrote I want to say it was like a 100,000 word book in like less than a month because it was just one of those stories that was in my head and I couldn't stop it from the characters from speaking to me. And I'm like, I don't know where that came from.
How many pages?
I have other books that I've written, but I just haven't released them yet. But published, it'll be 7 books after May. So yeah.
Wow.
So we all have those books we haven't released yet.
That's amazing.
How many pages would 100,000 word?
Oh gosh,
about 500, right? It's about close to 500. It also depends on what size books you're using.
Because I'm trying to. My first book was about a little over 100,000, and it was around 500 or so pages, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
that seems like such a lot of words, but 500 pages, that's a lot, but it's not as many as I would think. You know what I mean?
Shadows of Time. I think it's 140,000 words. I want to say.
Wow. Yeah. So Kathleen said a friend of mine told me about a dream of hers, and I want to write it. It's a children's book called Andy.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I am already intrigued. I'm like, really? Tell us more about this Andy. So 70,000 to 100 is what Linda says.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's about average book size. Well, it depends on the genre too, because like most high fantasy and science fiction books can go over 100,000 words because they're just a little more dense when it comes to like the world building, because fantasy and science fiction, they make up their worlds, right? It's not like what we're used to. You know, they have their own cities and their own languages and their own cultures and own people and things like that. So most of the time fantasy and sci-fi books are a little bigger. So and then, you know, most general fiction books are a little less than 100,000 words.
Linda, I'm asking this, try to get caught up. You know, I told y'all, Carolyn and Paul, that Songbird was going to be a children's book.
Yes, I hope that did you get it finished? Did she get it finished?
She's real close to getting, she calls some kind of IBN number or something like that.
ISBN, yeah. That's another thing we do for authors too. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
because that way wow. See, she's got me on there as a co-author, and I told her don't put me on there like that.
Why not? You should be proud.
Because I just don't say I'm not an author. I just wrote me and her wrote a song. She's the one that turned it into this children's book. It's gonna be pretty cool.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
It's a song we wrote called Songbird. I was going to tell you,
just putting the IBSN number on it. Wow, that's amazing, Linda. You should be so proud. Gosh,
I was going to tell you, Miss Amanda. You were saying, and I'm going back here. I heard you say you like old style country music, and I'll invite you to go listen. I just have a few videos on there. I think you have to be a member of Reverb Nation to hear the other songs, but I'm on YouTube. Sean Sean Christopher. Well, just like it's spelled there.
Okay.
But now, if you go look up me on YouTube, you're gonna find a guy out of England who sounds like Ed Sheeran. That's not me.
That's not him.
That's not you.
Yeah. You have to go. Guys and gals, I really hate to say this, but it's almost 9:30, and if we go much longer, this will not allow. Well, I can always split it up, I guess.
Yeah. This actually has gone a lot longer than I was expecting it to go.
I know, but I'm having a blast.
I am so sorry.
Fun.
Let me see what this says. Hold on. It's about a little boy who lives with an old lady who treats him bad, and he has an imaginary friend who helps him escape, but it starts off with a mom telling her kid about this dream she had once about a boy named Andy. Wow, that's interesting.
Oh.
That is interesting. Wow, I bet that's going to be a good story. Reminds me of Flowers in the Attic. Remember that story?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Oh, man, that was
talk about dark stories.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'll definitely check you out on YouTube, Sean, because I love some good country music. Hey, we got a little one.
Oh God, his hair was in his face at first. It looked so weird when I first. Hey, are you okay,
I have to sign his cast.
Hi, Jason.
Got a cast on today.
Oh,
I see that. I'm sorry you hurt your arm, but now you got a cool cast. And it's his right arm. He's right-handed, isn't he?
No, he's left-handed. Well, he's ambidextrous.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, convenient.
When I was a kid, I broke my right wrist, and I'm right-handed. Boy, I was trying to write with my left hand. That was no fun.
Oh, I bet not.
Wow.
But the song that Carolyn was telling you about, Guitar in My Hand, it's a song Linda and I wrote about my father, who I lost when I was 10 years old.
Butterfly.
And I won't say any more than that. Just go listen to the song.
It's going to make me cry.
Probably.
Well, we have because Amanda, Linda and I write songs just like I've talked about several thousand times on this podcast. There's only so many ways you can talk about drinking beer and driving your 4-wheel drive truck.
Yeah.
And Linda and I write songs about real life stuff. I mean, about
I can't relate to drinking beer and driving trucks, so those songs just don't do it for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I live in the South and I sound very country, but I'm just not that kind of country person.
I love that. Kathleen, it was good talking to you too, sweetheart. Really good. I'm so glad you've joined us.
I like songs with meaning and that tell a story and make me feel something. So, and that goes with any genre of music that I listen to. So.
Sure.
You know what?
Like I said, I invite you to go check them out.
Paul,
I would love to.
You reminded me of something. Since she likes old country, I wanted to play Carved in Stone real quick before we go.
Lay it over.
Go ahead.
What do you think? Okay, I want you to hear this because this is a song I wrote for the veterans.
See, this song she's fixed to play. When I first heard, I've got a song. One of these days, we're going to get in a situation where we play these songs back to back. I've got a song.
That's a good idea.
I've got a song called Adeline. That would just either would be like a prequel to this song, or in Carolyn and I never knew each other when these songs were written.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I made a little lyric video for it. I just been wanting to play it. I hope that where did he go? It's still on here. That's not his name, but hold on. Jeffrey, if you're still here, I really want you to hear this. Okay, and I'm just going to play it regular so it'll show up in one of the little squares. It's real sad. And it's not me singing. I had a person in Nashville sing it. It's called Carved Stone for veterans.
And I'm still here.
Okay, good.
Bartender says he's always here on Monday. But lately, he's been here.
Carolyn, turn your mic off.
In that corner's where he drinks.
There you go.
Judging from his eyes, he thinks. Yes, he's trying to drink the memories away. The things he's seen and done, I can't imagine.
Sean, turn your mic off.
Talk about it, and I don't ask. I just know he served 3 tours. Where exactly I ain't sure. I just heard him say he thought he'd never make it back. hates when people call him a hero. He says the heroes didn't make it home. They're the ones who fought and died. They made the sacrifice. The heroes are the names carved in stone. One day I thanked him for his service, and you should have seen the look in his eyes. He said, "There's nothing to thank me for. There's no gratitude in war. I just did what I had to do to survive." And he hates when people call him a hero. He says the heroes didn't make it home. They're the ones who fought and died. They made the sacrifice. The heroes are the names carved in stone. But I say, let's raise our glasses for a toast to all the heroes who deserve respect the most. Here's to the ones who fought and died, all who served and sacrificed. To us, your heroes, we thank God you made it home. Thank God for heroes and the ones who made it home.
Yeah, buddy.
I know it's a very touching, very sad song. I was. Thank you.
Hey, look, she came on the show. She didn't expect to do this. Now, come on, Carolyn.
Well, I don't know why. I saw Jeffrey on here, and I don't play my stuff very often or share my stuff often. I just want to start doing it more, and that is called Carved in Stone. I wrote that for the veterans, and it's based on basically a true story of a guy I saw at our VFW, because we do a karaoke show at the VFW every week. And I don't know if that's what
beautiful. It's a beautiful song, and it doesn't take much to make me boo.
Yeah, yeah.
Carolyn, did you see what Linda? You see what Linda told me?
What? Hush, Daddy.
I can't help it. I hear a good song. I hear a good song. I start singing.
Yeah, it's music is such a universal language, just like books are. If we can be able to share our stories through music, through books, what a beautiful way, a legacy that we can leave behind for our kids and our kids' kids. And honestly, that's the way I'm looking at it now as I've gotten older. I'm like, wait a minute, this is my legacy. You know, this will be Paul's legacy, Sean's legacy, your legacy. You know, we want to have something, you know, we don't want to go leave this old world. And I hope I have thousands of years left. I want to have thousands, but we don't want to leave this old world. At least we will leave a mark. You know,
for sure.
People will go, wait a minute, I got this song, you know, because, you know, having recently lost a couple of family members, you really realize that very quickly, you know, because maybe, you know, you always think, oh, I'll have tomorrow. And sometimes, you know, if tomorrow never comes, like that, you know, Garth Brooks song, you know, it's just, we need to treat each other with love and kindness and share our passions and share our talents.
Oh, I agree 100%.
And help each other in any way we can. And that's what I know that we're doing here on this show. And I'm so proud of you, Paul. I'm so proud of you, Sean. Amanda, I'm so proud of you. I really am. It's like, to me, you're, as far as I'm concerned, you're now part of our family, our Carolyn's Corner family.
Oh, thank you.
Honestly, you're more
I feel like I'm a part of the family. I just gotta clicked with you guys right away, and it's very refreshing to meet people like that.
Yes, I love it. Don't you? I mean, I really do. I'm just so blessed, beyond blessed. And when we get our bus, we are gonna come, Amanda. We're coming to get you. We'll be like, come on, Amanda, get in, and we'll just
you gotta take all my boys too. Sorry, I'm a package deal. So.
No, I understand. How many?
We can't live without mom.
Yes, I know. How many kids do you have?
I have 3 boys.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. I have one, and I'm like, oh my Lord, what did I get myself into?
Yes, Linda said, "Welcome to the flock." Very well said, Linda.
Honestly, I'm surrounded by testosterone. Too many boys. My husband, 3 boys.
Right. See, and my family was different. We had 3 girls and 1 boy. So my poor brother, he didn't have a chance. He did not have a chance.
It's like,
I really hate to cut this down, but we have got to get off because it is already 9:30. Oh, I've had so much fun.
Me too.
I'm so glad you joined us, honey. And please know, really, anytime you have anything new you want to promote, send it to me on my Facebook. Send it to Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, and we'll help in any way we can. It may not be a lot, but we'll do whatever we can.
Well, I just want to let everyone know that please check out our website at Not Shade Publishing. Our very first published author, J.L. Caston's book, comes out this month, April 26th.
Yay!
It's her very first book and our very first book as a publishing company. So if you get a chance to order that, please go and support her and support us so we can continue to help indie authors.
And what is the name of the book one more time?
It is called it's J.L. Caston. The book is An Amulet of Stars and Fire. It is a new adult fantasy.
That sounds really interesting.
And the cover's amazing.
Yes, it's beautiful.
I bet. I already like it just from the name. I'm like, I could just picture the cover on that. Oh my gosh. Sean, thank you so much for being here again, sir. Oh, what a blessing you are. Amanda, honestly, you've been a blessing. It's been so much fun. I could sit here all night, but everybody's got to work tomorrow except for me. I'm not working right now because I have a hurt foot, but I'll be okay.
Oh, well, feel better.
I know. I'll be okay. Paul, again, I'm so proud of you, sir.
Congratulations, guys.
Yes, isn't that amazing? Yes, Linda said she'll check you out, and definitely y'all check that out, okay? And we are going to be replaying this, as far as I know, on Thursday. Even though we recorded the whole show, we're still going to replay it on Thursday, right, Paul?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. And in the meantime, please take care of yourself. Try to tune in Thursday. Maybe you can be chit-chatting with the audience through chat.
Yeah.
If you're available, we'd love to have you, okay?
Sure. Thank you guys so much for having me.
No problem. And don't be surprised, Amanda, if you just get a random email from me with Shadows of Time.
Yeah.
I won't overwhelm you with the entire manuscript. I'll send you like 3 or 4 chapters, and then
okay.
I love it. Guys, thank y'all so much. And remember to keep spreading kindness and love where you can. Remember, we can change the world if we just change one corner of the world at a time. Carolyn's Corner, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep doing that. We've added ourselves to another corner in Alabama with Miss Amanda. Thank y'all so much. God bless you. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see y'all on tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow night, Lee Stevens, we've been trying to get him on for a while, is going to be on. He's such a great guy. Try to tune in. Oh my gosh, you're going to love him. He's just I'm really excited. So tomorrow night at 7:30 Central, Lee Stevens, right here. Same bat channel, same bat place, whatever that is. All right, guys. Good night. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Bye.
And